time we pull up, all you're gonna see is American flags. American flags. American flags. And every time we pull up, all you're gonna see is American flags.
You're going to see American flags and Ronnie and Steve.
There you go. What's up, brother Steve?
What's up?
You ready
We
for
were
another-
we were talking and having such a good talk. I almost, if Steve-O wouldn't have put that comment, I probably would have been another 10 minutes before I was like, oh, wait, we were supposed to start.
Yeah, well, where is everybody today?
Yeah, where is everybody? We're trying to share stream to Ronnie's at the same time, but we're having issues with that today. So
Sure the crap all right. There's no way for me to stream it. It's like Steve hadn't even got it's not the option. The option's not even up there for me to stream it.
right, yeah, it's like because Ronnie's an administrator in my StreamYard too, so I think it's got something to do with that. But
It almost has to. You know, I don't know what else could be. You sure you got it checked and everything where it'd be up there?
yep, I'll check again. But let's see, Gus. Yeah, it's check.
Hello, Steve O, Queen Survivor, William Tire. Welcome, you guys.
Because last week it was on your channel, and I did stream share it. But yeah,
Yep.
this week it's on my channel, and that option, even though I have it turned on, because I even turned it off and back on again, and it
Yeah, there's not a thing up here. Nothing. Look at that. Just nothing.
and then I hit that having issues thing, and I can't get rid of that box now. It says chat with us. It's like, no, I don't want to chat with you now. Can't get it to go away.
No, I'll chat with you after this is over.
Right.
Guarantee you. Chris Gilbert, hello. How you doing today, brother?
Chris Gilbert, aloha. Oh, William Tier doesn't have a. William Tier is not blue. Well,
Everybody
don't be
gotta
blue.
Yes, they gotta be blue. If they're not blue, then something's wrong with you, Steve.
Garrett, what's up, Garrett?
Garrett. Queen, I hadn't looked yet. I kind of took yesterday and today both off. Well, yesterday I had to watch my Longhorns beat Alabama, and so I was all wrapped up in that. And you know what, Steve? Last night, even after the game went off, I was listening to people from Alabama. You know, well, they were mad. Now, I mean, they were mad. Took this one guy, calls himself Matt Be Great. That dude was so mad, it looked like he was going to have blow out a vein in his brain or something. Boy, he was mad.
He had that little vein just pulsating.
His whole face turned red. He had on a pink shirt, and I'm here to tell you, man, his face was way brighter than the pink shirt. I thought, damn, now, I've been mad before, but about a football game, I don't think I've ever been that mad. Low hoot.
Who? Yeah, that's what always got me is like, it's sports, which, I mean, I grew up playing baseball. I've always been into sports, but when it's a sports team that you're not on that team, you just watch that, and they're so involved. It's like, dude, those players don't come over and hang out with you or buy you pizza, or
Yeah, that's right.
but they take it more personal than the players on the actual team. It's like,
Oh,
I
they
never got-
do. You know what? Texas beat them 34-24, and but if Texas had scored all the times they should have, it would have been more like 48-24. I mean, Bama just looked bad yesterday, man. They just, particularly for the number 3 team in the country, which is what they were. I mean, they just looked bad. I know Garrett's got to be happy that Texas won. I think Garrett's a Texas fan. Wouldn't swear to that, but He's got emotional damage, you know. So emotion. You forgot to say that, Steve.
Bad touch,
bad touch, stranger danger.
There you go. There you go.
You. You.
It's 34-24, Garrett. 10 points. Yeah, I'm having an argument with Garrett already.
We just started.
I'll tell you what. Garrett does make some good points in on my show and in yours. Well, he makes good points everywhere. But you know, that don't mean we don't disagree on some things. But we have agreed on more things here lately than we've disagreed on. So I'm getting through to him.
Right? You just got to be like, oh my gosh, can't we just all get along?
There you go.
Yes, I think we should all get along. Okay, bye-bye. I was thinking too,
Miss Sharon,
I could do like a ghetto voice because he's very white, but I could do like a very hood voice. Be like, what? You don't think my voice matches the way I look? Don't judge a book by its cover.
Well, it just depends on the mood you're in. You can even do your Russian voice, you know.
Yeah, or the Indian.
Exactly.
Ooh, the Russian would be good too. Yeah. I'll just switch it up. Damn it, now I'm gonna have to get more. I'm gonna have to get this. Hey, Ren K, what's up?
What's up, Rick?
How you been? Good to see you. Minnesota karaoke guy.
I gotta check something right quick. Hang on while I check something here.
Happy Monday from the land of Oz. Yeah, I always forget you're way in the future, especially for me. I'm way in the past for everybody else. You're way, way in the future for me.
$34-24, Garrett. I told you. I just checked it. 34-24.
Ronnie was right. Ronnie's always right.
Absolutely. Hello, Miss Sharon Stein Spring. And sorry about that yesterday, Sharon, but you know, I told you my Longhorns gonna pull it out. Sure enough, they did.
Okay.
Well, you know, I got to tell you though, man, that the Texas quarterback yesterday, I was expecting to look crummy like he always did. Man, he was hitting everything. I mean, deep balls, middle, you know, over the middle, to the side. He was hitting every damn thing. I don't think anybody could have beat Texas yesterday where they were playing. It was just a fantastic game.
Garrett said, "I then." Hey Burns, what's up, Burns? Jake, William Gramer.
The announcer is here, by George. Are we going to have a great show today, William? We got to know.
Or is it going to be a damn good show?
There you go.
Yeah. I was actually wearing the other day. I forgot. The other day I was wearing a Hodge Twins T-shirt that I didn't buy it. I don't know if I won it or if it was like I don't remember how it happened, but like 2 years ago, a year and a half ago. It's just a white T-shirt and it's got the 13 stars and it says 1776, and then it's got their Hodge Twins logo on the sleeve. I don't remember how I got it though.
William fight you for that sucker. I'm here to tell you. He'll track you down and come to your house and try to steal it.
Maybe I'll give him a chance to win it. I'll do a raffle.
There you go.
He could win it. 'Cause I've only worn it. The other day was the third time I wore it because it's all white, and every time I wear white shirts, they get ruined quick. So I just try not to wear them.
Oh, I know a white shirt. I've got 2 or 3 shirts here, T-shirts that are supposed to be white. One of them says Texas Longhorns, but it's so old, that it's just naturally dingy. I guess is what you call it. They are hilarious. Kitana Nikolai. I hope I said that right. Kitana Nikolai, right, Steve?
I think so. Katana Nikolai. That's what I say. Salty
Burns.
Explorer. What did I think I seen? I thought I read, or am I just still waking up? No, yeah. Heavy weekend of drinking and moto racing. That sounds like fun.
Minnesota
Yeah, white
karaoke.
shirts are for special events only. Yep. Because me and Nina went to a wedding where it was all white, and by the end of that day, mine weren't all white anymore.
I just learned yesterday. Listen, this is after the game that the Texas players, they all had to work out in the heat, and it gets so hot that they throw up, and the Texas coaches wouldn't let them bend over to throw up. I don't know how you could throw up and not be bent over. That
Yeah,
anyway, that's what they said, that the Texas coaches wouldn't let them bend over to throw up. They just had to kick me off the damn team because I'd have been bending over. I guarantee you.
I'm trying to visualize that, and it's like, yeah, no, if you got to throw up, you automatically.
Yeah, it's just a reflex thing.
Oh, Garrett, normally I did that a couple times, hit the table when I say it, but then every time I did that, Nina to come run out. Like, what's wrong? Because it echoes. So if I do it, she thinks that something's wrong. Or then I'm mad or something. Like, what happened? Like, nothing. It's just a damn good show.
Well, the only thing, Hoot, you got to call him Kevin. I don't think he answers to William no more. Maybe he does.
Dang, so what's new in the world of Clown World? Well, besides New Mexico, because all my 1A community friends and myself are irate about the governor, and I thought Josh Green was freaking corrupt. This lady in New Mexico took everyone's gun rights away.
Well, I don't know what to tell people anymore, but I think if it were me, that I'd just ignore her order. Because as long as there's a law there that says you can carry your weapons, and I don't see where she's got a leg to stand on. Same with all their laws, telling you got to wear a diaper or whatever. And which will be coming back pretty soon, where they're going to try to make us all wear them diapers again.
Yeah, I've been hearing that for a few weeks now. That it's
Yep.
Yankees for life. Which I don't know how they think that's. I mean, look, it worked the first time for a good majority, but a lot of that majority has figured it out since then, and a lot of truth has come out. I mean, conspiracy, then actual truth came out, and those people woke up, went from woke to awake.
A lot of them have. There ain't no doubt about it. And so this time around, there's not going to be as many people, far less people, I should say, getting the or wearing the diaper.
Yeah.
Trump even made a video about it. He said, "Come on, do not comply. Do not comply." I ain't complying. They can kiss my non-complying butt.
I didn't comply then, and I'm not going to this time. But
Absolutely.
Rink's got a good point. That's like they keep trying to tell everyone they took all the Australians' guns away. No, they didn't.
Oh, Rink, you know they took them. You're just putting on an act.
Yeah. Nerf
Telling us a
guns don't
story.
count.
That's right. Water guns don't count. Good to see Rink in here again.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know where he's been, but wherever he's been, good to have you back, Rink.
With his past weekend, he's been doing a lot of drinking and moto racing.
Oh, Rink don't drink. He drinks
Nah.
Foster's though, right?
Yeah,
If I remember correctly, it's Foster's.
Australians don't have guns and they drink Fosters.
Absolutely. How was that last Foster's you had there, Rink? Was it as good as the one before, or is it better? Or just the same?
Touch a drop. I'll tell you what, though, man, the real Australian beer is because Rank K1 and 2 sent me and Nina a gift package, and it had 2 real Australian beers in there, and it's one of those things where you only get to try it once, and it doesn't matter how much you like it. It's like, oh, that's it, can't have anymore.
Well, you know what?
Can't get it.
I normally believe you, Steve, but I ain't gonna believe that until I get a package from myself with 2 beers in it. Then I'll believe it. And it's got to be on ice. Still cold when it gets here. Not like that damn banana that Craig sent Rink or whoever it was. I don't know who he sent the banana to.
He sent a banana.
Yeah, he was giving away a cake mix that day.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I think it was Ed.
It may have been.
It was a banana and a box of cake mix or something like that.
Yeah, and the banana went in the cake mix. But to use his cake mix, you had to use his banana. You know, the one he sent. That's why I remember it anyways. I'd like to know if Ed or whoever it was sent to that day actually ever got that cake mix and everything. And if they did they actually make it with that banana?
That banana would have to be ready for banana bread by the time it got there. Isn't it weird how bananas at the grocery store, they sit on the shelf for like 2 weeks and they're still nice and yellow and beautiful, and then as soon as you take them home the next day, they're already turning brown?
I know, it's exactly
work?
right. I don't know. I got some up here at the dollar store that were, plum green when I bought them. And I ate one of those bananas. I brought them home, and I ate one of them. And like you said, it wasn't a day or 2 later, and they were, it's where I didn't want to eat them.
They're already rotting. But if they would have stayed at the store, they'd still be green.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess they got some kind of something up there. Keep them green.
Definitely something in the water.
You know what? Today here, Steve, I went out a little while ago to get me something to eat. And every other day, by the time that I'd went out, it's been 102 at least. Today it was 88. 88, and it's supposed to, the high this coming week is supposed to be in the 80s here all week long. With rain a lot of those days.
That's a big difference, a big drop.
Yeah, it shouldn't.
Trying to remember, I've been on the island so long. I remember in Michigan, the heat, because like 90 degrees here and 90 degrees in Michigan is completely different 90 degrees. You know what I mean?
Oh, I would think there in Hawaii, it's very humid, being on an island.
Yeah, it's like a different kind, if that even makes sense. It's like a different humidity.
It does make sense. It makes total sense.
Because I remember in Michigan, the summers in Michigan, the humidity would be like sticky hot. And then here it's just hot. Can't really explain it.
Oh, I know what you mean. But yeah, it's the drop is supposed to be 30 degrees from a hunt. Well, like last week here, it was running 109 to 110 degrees. I'm sorry, 107 to 109 degrees. And so when you figure 85, it's going to be the high. But even 88, I mean, still it's 30 degrees.
Yep. Yeah, that's right. Mo Tibber, he's my Detroit brother. Metro Detroit.
Rick
See where
says
you
bananas
self-swell.
next to a non-ripe avocado will help it ripen faster. Which one would help ripen faster, the avocado or the banana? Don't ask me how I know.
Don't
Just
know.
talk about
Okay,
banana.
my next question, how do you know that? Wait, it says don't. Huh? Lansing, but yeah, I remember I worked in Lansing for a little bit. I lived in, was it Livonia or Redford? Right around there. I think it was like border Redford, Livonia or something, but I worked in Lansing and it was winter time too, and it sucked. Every morning I'd have to drive to Lansing from Livonia, take 96 up 275, back onto 696, cruise up.
Paul
With
Run. What's
the,
up, Paul Run? Good to see you, brother.
yeah, hilarious message. Long time no see.
It has been a while since I saw him.
PK6WBJ. What is that? Call letters?
He's a ham radio operator.
Oh, right on. Oh, awesome. I've been wanting to look into that for a while. Because you got Charlie Gabaldon does that. There's a bunch of people. David Devine, I believe.
Oh, David does it too. I didn't know that.
I think so. Yeah, I don't think I think he just started getting into it. If I'm thinking of the right person, so he doesn't have like he can't talk on them yet.
Got up a
I
license. I
think.
guess that's a file for his license.
Right, but oh, really, Mo Tibber? I didn't know that. No shit, Missouri.
Well, you know, when you're in Missouri, you have to be shown. You can't just take anybody's word for anything. You have to be shown when you're from Missouri.
Is it Missouri or misery?
Some people say it one way, and some people say it another. I think it's both.
I always wonder how they got the pigs to work the radio.
No kidding. All that ham. I guess somebody had to figure it out. One of the pigs.
Oh shit, 8.5 acres, dude. Good for you, man. Dude, good. Man, I'm happy for you for that. That's
No shit. My question is, where'd you get all that money? Golly, what that cost? About 50 million? Must be
shit, 8.5 in Missouri. That's probably not that much. 8.5 here is. I mean, only Oprah would be able to buy that. But
well, her or the Rock, one or the other.
her or the Rock, or they going on it together, you know.
Yeah.
And then just ask the people to donate money to them.
Bunch of freaking crooks. Man, I'll tell you, what's going on there on Maui is just the absolute stinking, rotten, low down shame.
Oh yeah, there's.
I still wonder where those kids went, because they say they only found evidence of 100 and something dead people that were dead. Well, let's say that that's true, which I don't believe is true to begin with. But where did all the rest? There's over 1,000, last I heard anyway, that's still missing, and a lot of them are kids. Where did those kids go?
Yeah.
Where?
Well, here's Silver Girl sent me an email, and it's just titled "So the Rumors Are True." And facts from the Maui wildfires: 1, police barricaded all the exits. 2, no sirens went off. 3, the water was cut off by city managers to the firefighters. 4, the body count was frozen at 115. 5, the morgue is 100% full. 6, local morticians ran out of body bags during the first week. And this goes all the way up to 17. So, and all of them are true. So it's like
What do you mean it goes all the way up to 17?
the facts that.
Oh,
Let me see. I just clicked out of it, but
17 facts. You get
yeah.
that?
And what I leave off at 7. Or no, yeah, I left off at 6. Number 7 is the city refuses to give an estimate on how many children may be missing or killed. Same with adults and families. Number 8, local schools have 3,000 kids registered, but only 300 to 400 show up, which leaves 2,600 children unaccounted for. Number 9, there are 12 missing school buses. There is no, I don't know if that's I don't know what that word is, but or burned out wrecks just gone, like the city seems so unconcerned about. Number 10, the chief of police is also the coroner or chief medical examiner with no medical degree. I didn't know that. 11,
I didn't
FEMA
either.
is nearby in a secret meeting, but they take 6 days to respond. And when they do, they confiscate all water and food being handed out because they didn't approve it. Number 12, video testimonials appear saying that families are being found burnt alive in cars trying to escape. They also say they were finding children alone in homes, yet we hear none of this from city officials. Number 13, houses with blue roofs don't burn while all others do. Number 14,
It's very
cars
true.
and cars and houses are incinerated while trees and foliage are green and untouched. Cars in the middle of the parking lot are incinerated while no brush or anything nearby burned. 15, Governor Josh Green trying to pass an eminent domain proclamation to grant him authority to the land. Number 16, electric and communications cut to the city. Number 17, the city is erecting a fence to black people from taking videos. Damage, no drones, which they already did do that.
Dust fence is what they call it. Yes, they was putting it up about a week ago. And hoot out, yes, I do have that video. I definitely have it.
Which one?
The one about the tunnels
Oh, okay. Because
there in Maui. I definitely have it. That's why I was asking, where did the children go? Where did they go? I guarantee you they went downwards. They descended into hell, even though they done nothing wrong.
because this is the one that this video is the one that came with that email, but it's kind of long. I don't know if I'm play. I haven't watched it yet,
sites
but
in the U.S. that have these.
Well, now, this
directed
pastor
energy
here-
weapons.
I don't know if it's the same one or not, but I don't think it is, but there's a pastor there on Maui. His church was right in the middle of all this. People were in there sleeping and everything that night. All this happened, or next night, one or the other. But the point is his church wasn't even touched by the fire. I mean, there was fire all around him. What they did was they took lasers before this all happened. There was lasers that went all around and mapped out where the burn would go. So they mapped it out all the way around, and these fires followed that laser. And I don't know how they.
how do you explain? Literally, there's like a car just burnt to nothing and just melted, aluminum melted, glass melted, and 3 feet away there's green grass.
Or dead grass, even better. I mean, there's a lot of dead
Right.
grass there too.
Yeah,
And-
like
but
how do you
dead
explain
grass
that?
wasn't even scorched. Yeah, good point, Steve.
And I think one of them I sent to you, the microwaves, something about microwave fire.
I played
we
some you sent me. I never did find that one. But
Oh, really? I'll see if
Yeah.
I can send it again. But yeah, it was like an aerial view, like from a drone. And you're looking down at it, and it's like houses burned, cars burnt, but trees. Like how did none of the trees burn? How did the houses burn to the ground, but the trees aren't affected at all?
because they didn't map them in with that laser. That's how they done it. That's
Mhm.
exactly what's going on. But like somebody said a while ago about the blue roof, if you got a blue anything, blue car or whatever, it won't burn. But if you have any other color will burn, and that's like that's what made me so mad at night. I was watching, I think it was Mayhem's show where you and Rescue and all you're on. This guy had the big old mansion, with red metal roof. And he said, "Oh, thank God I had a metal roof that kept my house from burning." Bullshit. The metal roof didn't have one thing to do with it. I mean, look at the cars that burned, and they were metal.
Right, and fire goes from the ground up, right?
In most
The
cases, yeah.
roof is on the top of your house, so if there's fire coming towards your house, it's still gonna burn up. It's not. Fire doesn't have a conscience. It's not gonna be like, oh shit, they got a red roof. Go around this one.
Well, even if he would have said give the credit to the color of his roof, that would have been wrong, because it's blue that won't burn, not red, and it don't make any difference metal or not. I mean, they could have melted it. There's many metal buildings that melted there on Maui during this time. Many metal buildings. Yet he's going to say his metal roof is what saved his house. Bullshit. They just didn't put it in there. They went around it with the lasers. What they did. If they'd put the laser on it, it would have burned too.
Oh yeah. I heard too that Oprah, the reason that half the fire department wasn't really there is because Oprah had her half the fire department at her place.
Well, I don't doubt that at all. I didn't hear
I don't know
that.
how true it is, but I wouldn't doubt it either. Freaking billionaire. She could rebuild all of Lahaina, and she wouldn't even notice the difference in her bank account. She really wouldn't notice it.
Yeah, instead of saying you get a car and you get a car and you get a car, she'll be saying you get a house, you get a house, you get a house.
Yeah. But instead, she's like, "Well, I'm gonna donate $5 million, and so is Dwayne, and then you guys just give us your money." Like, no, bitch. Just rebuild Lahaina and be a hero, because you're not gonna notice the difference in your bank. Like, literally, that's how much money she has.
Did you hear what her and Rink were doing? Her and Rink. I was reading Rink's name. Her and Rock were doing. What they were doing is putting in fake names and sending money to themselves to make it look like people were sending them money to help them rebuild. Nearly every one of those people that sent money were fake. They sent money to themselves, trying to get people to send money to them.
No kidding.
These people are crooks in so many ways, you can't count it all.
Okay, rank K1. First, aloha, rank K1. We haven't seen rank K1 or 2 in so long.
Oh, no, not Rinks. No, tell me no.
Oh, we're supposed to wait till the 1 hour mark, though. Darn it. I'd rather have a guest for 1 hour. And the show only goes for 2 hours. We have rules now.
Yeah. What was that preacher going to say, by the way, Steve?
I forgot about. Let me see. Where'd it go? Oh, right here.
One is Nevada and the other is Maui. Let's start with this directed energy Air Force Maui optical and supercomputing AMOS site located on the island of Maui. May I quote from the website? Listen to this. Directed energy harnesses the power of the electromagnetic spectrum to enable airmen to effectively and affordably strike critical targets at the speed of light. Question.
That's their website.
Why Maui? Answer. It's a new smart grid in Hawaii dubbed the, quote, Jump Smart Maui project.
We busted our ass, and this is what we get. Nobody called us. Our phones didn't work from 5 in the morning. The fire was not 10 o'clock when I went to work. The fire was still there. There was no water. Tell me if that's coincidence. No water, no warning. And everybody talking about the satellite city before the fire. Lahaina going to be the first satellite city. Well, hey, Jeff Bezos, you got what you wanted. Oprah Oprah, you got what you wanted. And the guy who owns the nut, you got what you wanted. Us all over. That's what happened. We need help in Lahaina. Who's gonna come now and ask us, can I pray for you, Auntie?
Thank you.
Can I help you with your paperwork? Because all we got so far was $700 and we don't know who to call or anything. It's culturally insensitive in that zone.
Today,
People
we're
in
talking about
Hawaii
the
are
call from
pissed.
Congress to investigate
Don't blame 'em.
President Biden and the government due to their poor response to the devastation in Maui. We'll also discuss the mysteries surrounding the Maui Lahaina fire. We won't call these theories. Instead, we're going to call them mysteries or unanswered questions, since CNN certainly is not happy seeing good people trying to uncover the truth. One coincidence is that this is perhaps the largest land grab in U.S. history.
Not a
2 years
theory.
ago, the average price of an American home was $215,000. Today,
RFK.
2 years later, it's $400,000. The interest rates
Know that.
during that same period have gone from 1% to 7%. So that
Yeah, it
home
is.
is going to cost him 10 times what would have cost somebody 2 years ago. Most of us know
Yeah, that's
people
what's his name? What's his name?
That's RFK Jr.
Yeah, okay, that's right. That's fine. I know him by his voice, but yeah.
who were about to buy a home. They were ready to do it, and at the last moment, somebody comes in with a cash offer and scoops it out from under them. We've all heard those stories. Why is that happening? BlackRock. There's three companies: BlackRock, Vanguard, and State Street. And those three companies, which all own each other,
Virginia
are really
Roots.
one huge behemoth. Also own 88% of the S&P.
Hey, Virginia.
And now they have a new target, which is to gain ownership of all the single-family residences in this country. And they are on a trajectory to do that.
Is Robert F. Kennedy Jr. onto something here? Let's look. Who owns Maui? After the state of Hawaii, who owns 154,000 acres on Maui, Alexander and Baldwin is the second largest landowner at over 65,000 acres, and the U.S. government, they're the third largest landowner at over 33,000. Okay, so let's take a look at the investors who are behind Alexander and Baldwin. BlackRock, Vanguard,
Of course,
State Street.
of course,
Interesting. Those
of
are the
course.
exact same three he just named.
I wanted to say that I was
Oh,
deeply
this
moved
piece
by
of
the
shit.
president
I
as
can't
he
even
shared
stand
with
looking
us
at this guy.
by phone about his experiences of loss. The president, within 6 hours, met our needs with the federal movement. 6
Fuck
hours.
you, Josh
I
Green.
don't
you
think that's
piece
ever
of
happened
shit.
before. So it's our deepest
Well, there's
appreciation
another
to
piece
you
of
and
shit right behind you,
Dr.
too.
Biden.
Governor
Right.
Josh Green just
Yeah, the only difference is Green is aware of what's going on around him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I met that prick in like face to face. He's a I can't
You
stand
should have
that
punched
guy.
him in the nose.
I wish I could have, but there's so many freaking cops around.
Yeah, I hear you, man.
Same person that wants to take guns away, but he's surrounded with people by guns to protect him. You know.
said the president met his needs. Because what we've been seeing reported from the locals in Hawaii is that their needs certainly were never met. Now survivors in Maui have this to deal with.
We're experiencing now an issue with the water supply. We're being told that the water is not safe to drink. It's also not safe after boiling, which is quite frightening. And
That's
we
been
don't
an
know how
issue for.
long that these restrictions are going to
That's
be
been an issue from
lasting
before
on
the
the
fires,
public.
though.
We're also hearing that the potable
Craig the
water being brought in
Hunter.
by government officials
Hey,
is making people
Craig.
ill for whatever reason. They're experiencing fevers, chills, and other ailments from drinking this potable water that's been left. So I really urge you guys to please be careful on, ingesting this
Hey,
water
Craig.
and where
How's
you're
it
getting
going,
from.
Craig?
Apparently over 1,000 body bags and Matson containers and refrigerated trucks on the other side of the island right now. The government's trying to blame them. They didn't sound a siren. There was no helicopters that came for people. People had gone and picked their kids up from school and brought them home and left them home. No warning. No military came. The whole community is mourning the deaths of over 1,500 people. They killed innocent men, women, and children by not helping, by not sounding alarms. People were asleep in their homes with their babies and their children.
Sadly, it's also been reported that as Maui burned, Hawaii's top emergency management officials were at a Waikiki conference. Wow, what are the odds? And guess who was attending this conference? That's right, FEMA's top officials.
Those in attendance were quite literally the who's who of disaster response, both locally and from across the Pacific region. They were gathered in Waikiki for an annual FEMA disaster meeting. a half-hour plane ride away from a wildfire that would become the deadliest in the United States in more than a century.
Thousands were unaware they were in the crosshairs of a deadly inferno.
Hello, Miss Karen.
That evening, Lahaina town was leveled.
Aloha,
So many people
Karen.
that I know said we never knew. We never knew.
You know, real quick, the other thing about FEMA and all that shit is they're giving the people of Lahaina families $700 per family, not person, per
Oh,
family.
Mhm.
While FEMA are put up in 5-star hotels and getting $1,000 a day.
Yes, and kick it back, taking life easy, not worrying about a damn thing. They're just there putting on a show. They know what they got planned. I hope this all turns around like a lot of other things have, and they get bit in their ass. But I'm still waiting to see that happen. As far as I know, nothing good has happened yet. I mean, I've seen several stories of Marines supposedly being on the island and arresting people, and there are people stepping down out of the government. You know, it's supposedly on their own, but if it's true about the Marines, they're being arrested and they hadn't got a choice. Don't know if that's true or not. I'm just putting it out there.
Yeah, I haven't heard nothing, but I haven't really looked into anything the last couple of days either, but I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, from what I've seen in the last 2 weeks, it blows my mind enough.
Yeah, well, the commanding general supposedly said that the reason it's moving so slow there is because there's way more, National Guard that's working under the governor's rule and everything that is working under his cops and all. So they're, according to the general, he was way out. The Marines are way outnumbered, but they were supposed to be trying to get more Marines in there. Like I say, I don't know if that story is true or not. I'm just putting it out there. Exactly, Brew. What Brew said there. That is for darn sure they have been. And not just Navy, but other branches of the service too.
Oh, Rank says that he's finding the link now and that it did happen.
With the Marines?
I believe so. I think that's what he's talking about, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen several. I mean, it played them on my show. But like I say, I don't know how you go about proving it. That they're not there or that they are there, one or the other. Read your email, Craig.
Now, if there's anyone out there that's going to go and fight against this tyrannical government, does this lady not have the perfect name to be that one?
She sure does.
Gina Lawless.
But, that's what Obama really was. He was the lawless one. That's why he had his name when he was president as Renegade. Because and that's what the Antichrist is the lawless one. So he would be a renegade. Ain't it funny how Obama picked his name, that the Secret Service uses as Renegade?
Yeah, it seems a little, you shouldn't be allowed to pick your own name anyway. Just like nicknames, right? You don't get to pick your own nickname.
You wouldn't think so, but with Obama, I got to say he picked the perfect one. Renegade, that's exactly what he was. He was a crook and a backstabbing traitor from the start. Maybe
Murdering thief. An unaliving thief.
Absolutely.
Anything about the fire.
That same day, several of the country's top emergency management officials were in Hawaii hosting an annual conference.
Yeah, on a different island.
The agenda listed 74 attendees.
I didn't know about this, or I would have been there.
Including FEMA leadership and several members of the Center for
This was on my island where they did this. I didn't know about it. I didn't know about it until like 2 days later. I was like, shit, I would have been there.
Yeah, they keep it secret.
along with as many as 6 leaders from the state's emergency management office.
There were consultations about the fires among local, state, and FEMA participants.
We asked both Maui County and the state who was left in charge while those local emergency officials attended the meeting, and at what time they were made aware of the catastrophe unfolding in Lahaina. Despite multiple requests, those questions remain unanswered. Meanwhile, many who experienced the horror of that day firsthand say government failed them by not sounding the emergency sirens.
Much love, Queen Survivor.
Really, it's
Absolutely,
inexcusable. A lot of people probably could have gotten out.
An opportunity to manage and prevent a real emergency was wasted by a conference jam-packed with people paid and responsible for managing emergencies. Now let's catch this again. We asked both Maui County and the state who was left in charge while local emergency officials attended the meeting and what time they were made aware of the catastrophe unfolding in Lahaina. Despite multiple requests, those questions remain unanswered. The list of questions that remain unanswered seems to be growing exponentially by the day. There are just way too many things that happened beyond being coincidental or a conspiracy theory. Let's recap. Every emergency official was busy inside of a conference while a real emergency was taking place. 700 gallons of fuel was spilled by the government on Haleakala. Wind speeds being falsely reported. The guy in charge of sounding the warning sirens fails to do so. Literally surrounded by water, we heard the governor of Hawaii, Josh Green, say they didn't have enough water to put out the blaze. The guy in charge of the water, he shut it off, so firefighters were left with nothing. The police barricaded exit points and blocked off the roads. Metal magically liquefied.
Like when you see this, it's going to be like breaking. It's going to break science. If you're a scientist,
There's Hawaii real estate, Eric.
Melting points. What we're about to show you is going to change, in my opinion, the whole direction of this entire investigation from what I'm being led to believe. And it just makes logical sense, right?
Yeah, it's almost like there's an incinerator nearby and they just dropped the car off.
Right. So I'm going to turn the camera on what we're walking up on right now.
This is the one I was talking about right here. Are you talking about a while ago? We were talking about it.
Look at the chairs now.
Yep.
You can see here there's
sitting in a parking lot.
The burn got. This car is basically completely surrounded by gravel. Look at this particular rim. Is it safe to say these are aluminum?
Look at the windshield. What's that?
Are these aluminum?
Yeah, that's cast aluminum wheels.
Cast aluminum wheel. You can see it melted.
And the windshield on
They got it at like 1.25 speed, so they don't get
right there. That's
copyright.
completely melted. We have some jumper cables in the back of the vehicle. Or we have some cast aluminum here that's pulverized.
Just dust.
How is that possible for a grass fire that did not come from this direction? Because you can see there's nothing that's been burned over here. What could cause that type of destruction?
That's the other thing. How does fire jump a road? Like there's grass fire and then there's a road. How does it? Oh.
You know what they got to quit doing, and what people have got to. We got to stop calling people like me conspiracy theorists, because we tell the truth about news that the mainstream media won't say what it is. We do say what it is, and it really bothers me, that people, a lot of people, just because the mainstream news hadn't reported it, what we're saying can't be true. It's the other way around. What we're saying is true, and what the mainstream media is saying is a damn lie. I mean, it does. It just gets under my skin so bad I can't. Man, it just pisses me off.
That's their way of knowing how many people they still got under their
the thumb. Yeah.
Yep. Let's see where it go. I lost the page. Shit.
Did you? And this is a good video too. But have you got the one about the guy with the red roof? Where he's saying it was his metal roof that stopped him from his house from burning.
Yeah, I did have that. I don't know if I saved it too. Let's see if I can find it.
It seems to me like the reason he said this is because he's in there with them. I mean, he's in there with the bad guys. He had to know that metal roof didn't have a damn thing to do with it. Yeah, you'd think Hoodell. That's who they're supposed to belong to, but as we're finding out now, and have been finding out for a while, nothing belongs to us. I mean, even your own house don't belong to you, even though you got a deed and all in your name. that's when you still pay taxes on it, is because they are the actual real owners. The evil ones, you know who I'm talking about. There you go, Virginia. Exactly.
Yeah, no shit, right? Let's see.
Here we go. Yeah.
Freeze up
Look
on
at
me.
that.
I'll start over.
Ain't even scored. Look at all the shit burned around him. That house is not even touched.
Yeah, that's just, look at that. Why does it
He's
keep
got-
freezing up? Quick
He's
video.
got wood there on his deck. How come the wood didn't burn?
Right. Damn it. Yeah, it's all wood. This whole house is wood. Except the roof.
Yeah, but that metal roof, according to him, is what kept it from burning. Bullshit. Like them trees are just.
But all them other cars burnt to nothing, and his car is untouched. His wooden gates untouched.
You can tell almost exactly where that where they pointed. I mean, at the front of the house there, that brick wall or whatever it is, and then there by the trees and all behind him. I mean, those trees are what, 20 feet, less than 20 feet away from this house. And then his house ain't even scorched.
Yeah, look at by the seawall, the ocean wall. It's like burn, and then it just goes along, and then just kind of stops right there. But it's still a little brown, but still.
Robin, hey there, how you doing today? Welcome, Robin.
Hey, aloha, sister. But yeah, it's just.
Well, hurry up and find it, Rink. Oh, that's Rink 1. Sorry to talk to you in that tone of voice. I thought you was Rink 2 at first. I guess it is still looking for that video about the. I've got it in my email somewhere too, but I'd have to go back a mile to find it now. The one where the Marines are said to be there arresting people.
Right.
But there is no one in their right minds that cannot see how this was anything but a natural fire. It wasn't a grass fire. It wasn't a forest fire. It wasn't anything like that. This was caused by our government and this lasering of where they wanted it to burn, and then that's what they burned.
Yeah, and at this point too, there's no way that they can even deny anything. I mean,
no,
no matter how much they try to sugarcoat it, they just can't deny it anymore.
They deny it all they want to, but they know they're liars, but they're expert liars.
Yeah, that's what they do for a living.
No, Robin, they haven't said, and they're never going to say, because those children, I would bet money on it, those children have been sent underground. Like I said a while ago, they descended into hell even though they didn't do a thing wrong. But I would bet they descended into hell. That's them. Even if I was one of the parents, I would rather my kid be burned up as it go to where I think they sent them. Exactly, Robin. It definitely wasn't a forest fire. If it was a very selective forest fire, grass fire or whatever. I mean, that's like, say that patio or whatever you call it there that Steve's got up there now. Like it's if he had a fire there and it burnt one rafter or whatever, it's one board and left all the rest of it. Fires don't discriminate like that.
Oh, I think I seen this one too, Mo Tibber. Yeah, I did. I just watched this the other day, I think. Here, let me
You know, the one I've got is a real long video. I got two different videos. One is a long one, and the other one's, you know, not as long.
yeah, this
But
one's a
basically,
little
it's
long. But
one I got now. I don't know if it's the same one or not. I think it is, but it's kind of like Urban Explorers.
yep, yeah, and I think it was taken like a while ago.
Yeah, but it
And
is the tunnels under Maui.
yep, which is crazy.
Let's get Justice building.
I mean, to be that 300 feet underground on an island, that's the crazy part, because we're at sea level.
Yep.
And then you're 300 feet underground. Like,
well, they found another tunnel that went down to 600 feet.
That's just crazy to me to. But but Rank, I don't know if I did send you the email, so I don't know if you got it, because we only got 1 hour left. If you did want to jump up for a little bit.
Yeah, Hoot, they have tunnels under every state. Under, well, I tell you what, wherever you see NFL stadiums, National Football League stadiums, there's tunnels under every one of them.
I know they got tunnels here. I mean, I've heard about them from people in the military, from friends that they're not plumbers, but they do work, like skilled trade work for the government.
Yeah.
And there's definitely tunnels here. I've never seen them personally, but.
Well, I imagine they have them camouflaged so good that
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You wouldn't
That's
know
like my
if
one
that's
buddy.
there.
My one buddy was telling me he pulled up. Oh, let me pause this real quick. He was telling me he pulled up and he's on the phone and he's like, all right, I'm work. It's just like a wide open road for like whatever they call it, airstrip for like planes to land and stuff.
Mhm.
And they're like, come forward like 15 more feet. And he's like, I'm in the middle of like a field with a roadway and there's and then all of a sudden the road just,
Lets them down
just
into the
went
tunnel.
down, and they're like, drive in. And he's like, what the fuck is happening? And he drove into the island. Like,
I noticed.
That'd be pretty crazy to.
Well, I heard, and I think I got a video on this too coming up, that they're starting to destroy the tunnels now where the submarines could go in, they'd be underwater, but they go in and go underground and then just come up wherever they wanted to in the U.S. I've seen pictures of them before. I don't know if this video that I'm talking about now actually has pictures, but the one I saw wasn't of a submarine. It was of a big ass ship that had sailed underground somehow. Don't ask me how the hell they do it, because I don't know, but them tunnels got to be awful big. At least the ones for the ships and submarines.
Yeah, that's wild. And that reminds me too, because you mentioned it earlier about how Josh Green said we didn't have water or whatever, and it's like, you're on an island, you're surrounded by water. Why wasn't the Navy there with one of their ships just blasting everything with water? It's one of the most military populated states.
Yeah.
Like,
got many
right
military.
there.
Well, there's at least 2 military bases on Maui. I know the Air Force has got a base there, and then the Space Force. And this is what's strange about all this Maui stuff. The Space Force knew that there was going to be some kind of an attack, but they didn't know when or what kind. And so, but what they did was they hit all, they got all of their servers and everything out that had information on them, and put new ones in there or dummies in, whatever. But what this attack was supposed to have done was took out a good part of Space Force, because they had a lot of the, incriminating evidence against these people in there, and that's what they were trying to get rid of. for one thing. The rest is what we all already know.
Right.
Oh shit, AC's here. You think we ought to shut the show down? What's up, AC? AC to DC, you're living much too slow. And if you don't slow down, I don't know how you're gonna go.
All right, hold on. I'll put this in the chat for 1 minute. It's only for Renke.
It's only
because Renke 1 is at work, and I only have Renke's 1 email, so I can't give it to Renke 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I got too many tabs open. My computer's acting like an asshole. Acting like an assholio.
Yeah, Motiver, they're already blaming Chinese for it in a roundabout way, but you know they'll get to the full way before long. But you're right.
Oh, I think I muted it on that video. Let's see.
Yeah, it's got sound, but they ain't saying much about anything anyhow, at least not when I watched it. But on mine, I stopped it about halfway through because it was, you don't show it. I mean, they don't show the part where they get down to 600-foot level. That's in another video. So, I mean, my point in showing it is just to prove that there are tunnels there. And that was only my only point in showing it. This video. Because a lot of people don't believe, and I just try to put up all the evidence I can to, boy, this buffering like hell, ain't it?
Yeah, I got too many tabs open. Let's see. Close a bunch of these.
You know what mine did that, Steve? And it also get to where, you know, my voice be robot and everything. This is when I first got the internet here at the trailer where I'm at now. And so I got a higher priced internet. Hadn't had a problem. I've had one problem with it since I got that new, better version of the internet. It's been real good so far.
I upgraded mine too, so my internet connection is supposed to be like, yeah, I don't know if it's computer.
Maybe they just said they upgraded, but really didn't. Who knows?
Who knows? It's Hawaii, man. They're lying to everybody else about everything else. What's the difference?
You know, that's one thing I got to say about Texas here is the governor made it illegal for you to have to wear face diapers, you know, in public. Now, store owners or doctors, whoever, can make you wear masks with diapers when you come into their businesses, but the police can't arrest you because you haven't got one on. You know, so at least that's one good thing.
Yeah.
We'll see how the true test is going to come, though, when our illustrious resident comes out with the lockdown thing. We'll see how many governors go along with that. And, you know, if the governors go along with it, are pure out and out crooks.
Well, that's what's got me worried about the New Mexico governor, what she's freaking doing right now with taking everyone's gun rights away for 30 days.
You know what I think she's done, Steve? I think she's hung herself and don't know it yet. That's exactly what I think. She will be finding out soon, because I don't think it's going to be long. Oh, and did you hear that our illustrious resident that got 80 some odd gazillion votes had reinstated President Trump's order about the where the government can take your money if you support or if you were caught rigging votes or anything.
Right.
Our illustrious president reinstated that order the other day. It was supposed to run out to September the 11th this month. Well, but he reinstated it. Now the question is why would Biden reinstate that order if he's not working with the good guys? There's no way. This is the third or fourth time he's done this over all his executive orders. I'm just sitting here to tell you right now, there's no way in hell he would have done this if he is really, like most people think, working for Obama. Absolutely no way. I mean, that's like putting a rope around your neck and pulling the lever, and hanging your damn self when you don't want to die.
Yep.
But that's what he's done with every one of these executive orders of Trump's. He's reinstated all of them, or made them longer. So it goes for another year now.
Oh, Rank, did you get the I put the link in there for you.
He or she was still looking a while ago at said they found the video, but we're looking at it.
It's that Rank K2 is using Rank K1s.
Oh, I got you.
But yeah, it's right up just a few comments above. I dropped it in there. So if you still want to come up. If not, we're going to bring someone else up. Only one person allowed. Yeah, did you see, Robin, did you see, I want to pull that up now. Hold on. Shit. It was, I think I sent this one to you too. A few days ago.
Now, I did play 2 or 3 that you sent me, but I couldn't find it. Or at least, I don't know if I just overlooked it or what. The last one about the microwave.
Yeah, microwave was one of them. And
I'll relook it again.
Right. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Renke 2000. What's up, Clay? Hello, Conspiracy Music. As we pull Rank up, he's like, I'm not Clay. What are you talking about?
First things first. Can I get a mic check?
Yep, we can hear you. Sound good.
Sure can. You sound just like Ring K2.
All right. Mate, all I had to do, I was sitting there thinking I was in the lobby. All I had to do was scroll down and it would have said enter studio.
Oh, Meemaw Patriot.
Oh, okay.
I've got to mute this thing. Double.
So you found this video. First, let me ask you, Rinka, who was this? Who made this video? Who? I know where mine came from. I just want to say it's the same ones.
He's an ex-Navy SEAL.
Okay, well, let's see if it's the same one.
I can't really show you, but if I'd let me know about the audio quality, I can put it up to the microphone. It took me a long time to find it, trust me. And it's going to be exclusive. Like, if you guys can find it, it's pretty good. You can find it. It has been shared around Twitter, and it's also been taken down over Twitter. But from what people have said, it's pretty authentic.
So is it from RRN, Real Raw News, or?
Sorry, what, mate?
Is it from Real Raw News?
I've got to turn my volume up here. Oh, it's fucking already up 100%. That's not going to help. I'm going deaf.
I was just saying, is the video from Real Raw News?
No, not real.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
No.
I just wondered because I showed a couple of them, and one of them was from Real Raw. But we'll
I
see.
can't share the video. I can only give you audio.
Oh, okay.
And even then, you're going to have to listen to it on a fucking tablet. It's going to suck because it's going to go through a microphone if you want to hear it.
Well, can you drop the link in the chat?
If if my wife was here, she'd do it straight away.
You're a lot like me, Rink.
You do it like that.
Do this shit.
No, you know her.
Yeah.
But what it is, okay, breaking it down. 36 military special forces members showing up at Maui to help the locals, and they actually grabbed police and hogtied them and said, "Fuck you guys, we're taking control. You can fuck off." And
Wow.
yeah. So
that sounds like the video I showed, but
I've got your email, Steve. I might actually keep this one instead of just so you guys can listen. It's a little bit of icing on the cake, and I'll direct it straight over to Steve, and you can play it in another time on another video somewhere.
Shit, let's play it today if you done sent it.
Well, if I play it now, can you hear it?
Well, I mean, if you send it to Steve, he can play the whole thing, video and all.
Elite Special
Hey,
Force
Ronnie.
members showed up in Maui to help the people
Yeah, we
and
hear that.
arrested some of the local police for treason to the country. Wait, is this real? Yes. No, you didn't hear about it in the news, nor will you ever. Do you think it was wildfires? Definitely not. If you do, you're an idiot. There's been enough proof. You've seen enough. It sucks I only have 3 minutes because I can't even tell this whole freaking what I've learned in 3 minutes, but I'm going to try to make it short. Somebody that we all know who's on TV almost every night in America. He's not Trump, but he's almost as famous, and he used to own a professional sports team. They're in Maui. They've been for over a week. His right-hand man is great friends, been for years with my store manager of my business, who's been with me for 15. And he's an ex-police officer also, and his father is an ex-Army Ranger. So anyway, they've been there for a week trying to hand out water. The police have been trying to stop them, but they got 20 security guards with them, and they've been bowling their way on and giving the water out. 2 days ago, he calls my manager and says, "You're not going to believe this shit. Craziest thing I've ever seen. We're here trying to help out the people, and we see 6 of those military type rafts you see, like, on TV with the 50 cows in the front. 6 of them come flying up to the docks, and they get out, and it's these monster dudes, special forces." He said, and they pretty much just take over the whole dock. They take over the acting police officers are there, make them, their guns drawn, rifles drawn, like, put your guns down, make these officers put their guns down and take it over and tell all them cops that, they're arrested for treason to the country. These guys aren't acting on U.S. military. These are ex-military guys. He said he started talking to some of the guys. They're ex-Navy SEALs. They're Rangers. They got patches on, SEALs, Rangers, ex-Marines, stuff like that. He said I started talking to all of them to find out who they are, what they're there. Like, yo, we're U.S. citizens. We come here to help. These guys, this is treason to the country. We're here to help the local people. So the locals start telling them how they have all their food captive. Yeah, there's 2-3 containers a quarter mile up the road. They won't let us even get any of it. So they got 6 guys. They go over there, 3 more officers, take them in control, get to the containers, and start giving out food and water. You don't hear about this on the news. Of course you're not going to hear about this on the news. This guy is there on the ground. He's calling us. He's like, you wouldn't believe what just happened a couple hours ago. He said, it is crazy. It's the craziest scene I've ever seen. I've been in war scenes. I've been, at war times, he said, but this island looks worse than anything I've ever seen. He said, the people are going mad. The people are about to cause and start a revolution. They are pissed. They are furious. He said, they don't know. No one's talking to them. No one's on the media. No one's letting this word get out. So just know this is the truth.
Yep, that's the video I showed about a week or 2 ago. Sure, it's the same one. It's the guy kind of sitting in a chair at his kitchen table or something.
There's a longer version of that, and he's a vet. Yeah.
Yes, sir. And he is telling about these guys are all in the version I have. He's talking about being most of them being military, but they're wearing their uniforms and everything when they do this.
Mate, you don't lose your kit once you leave. They're just like, yeah, mate. Once you're out of the job, they're just like, yeah, take it. Don't worry.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Take it home.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So they were all wearing their uniforms when this happened.
We
And
might need you. We might need you tomorrow. Come back.
Well, and what's funny
You've
about
already
all
got
this
your
is,
uniform.
what proves it
Yeah.
even further is that one of the last posts that Q made was don't forget your oaths. So what Trump did before he left office, so right before he left office, was he called up over 1 million National Guard and reservists, and even guys that had they were not in the military anymore, to do this kind of stuff that we're hearing about right there.
Got to get the Lone Star flag in there. Sorry.
Now I know a lot of people don't believe Q, but that's their problem. If you haven't read it, then it might be kind of hard to understand it. But if you have read it, then you know that it's a real thing. It's not just a bunch of bullshit. That's what these guys were. I would almost bet on it. They were part of the reserves or guys that had already gotten out of the military that had been recalled by Trump, because there's well over 1 million of them. And all the National Guard in every state has been active since Trump left office, every one of them. Now, a lot of them were sworn in as federal marshals and things, but they're still National Guardsmen. Although a lot of them are directed to Trump now, because I know that they say Secret Service and all that, is with him, but the Secret Service is made up of special operations guys. Now, I ain't saying there's not some Secret Service agents there, but most of them that are masquerading as Secret Service are actually special ops guys. Very good at what they do.
Can I tell you a story? I'll tell you a story, Ronnie.
Yes, sir.
That it never actually happened. It's a total fallacy and it's a total lie. All right. It never really occurred. All right. It never happened. There was an SAS, a Special Air Service guy who was coming back, and he had a few drinks out with his wife, and he was coming back from the city in Sydney, and he had to travel through a section. He was robbed by a couple of black Indigenous males, Aboriginals, and they outnumbered him. And unfortunately, he lost the fight. And lo and behold, a few weeks later, there was a tactical exercise. They warned all the neighbours, oh, no, it was just a military exercise. Helicopters landed. Everyone went in with laser sights, kicked in a few doors, and... I
heard that. I don't know if it's true or not, but you're saying it wasn't true, right?
No, it never happened. I don't know what you're talking about, mate. It never occurred.
Yeah.
Oh, I have my eye.
I've heard the story, but I mean, I just read it. I didn't know if it actually happened or not.
Oh, it's a military exercise, mate.
Yeah.
Well, abseiling down an apartment block building full of people who just live there, It's not a little bit weird.
Okay, listen, it never happened, okay? Forget about it. Never happened, okay?
Didn't happen. Total lie.
It never happened. I mean,
Steve, you need to sew a cap on that little guy's head so he look like you. Get him a beard.
What is it down in Tennessee? You reckon anybody's going to? If you've got a concealed carry permit, you're entitled by the government to carry a firearm. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
Now, I'm allowed to, as a licensed gun owner, if I've got one in the back of my car, I can have it in the back of my car. It's not concealed carry. I'm not carrying I'm not carrying the firearm. It's in the back of my car. I'm not actually carrying it. So it's the law. You're abiding by the law if you've got a concealed carry permit. Concealed carry. This bitch doesn't know what she's talking about. She's going against the Constitution.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Constitution not only of the United States, but the Constitution of her state.
It's unbelievable.
So she broke 2 laws there at one time.
Yeah.
Wow.
Double
Wow,
traitor.
she's being protected by a bunch of tyrannical cops that are carrying firearms to protect her, but you can't protect yourself.
Well, that's pretty much what it's like here in Australia, mate. Like if someone's breaking into my house, I've got to go unlock the safe, and then I've got to go unlock the ammo box, and by the time I've loaded my gun, someone's already on me.
Yep.
You know,
You're already
I'm better off going at somebody with a golf club.
No shit.
Yeah. Like, fuck.
Well, and Drink, you know, I know I told you this a long time ago, but I keep hearing it, that there are 17 countries that are in this thing, you know, have been in it from the start. And when it's all said and done, I'm not saying it's a fact. I'm just saying I'm hearing it, that Australia is going to become part of the United States.
We already are.
Well, I mean, literally, though.
I like it when I won't need a passport to go.
Yeah,
visit.
that'd be good.
But
fuck,
Australia, Canada,
you won't get rid of me, Steve. You're like, mate, will you just fuck off back to your island? Get off my island.
Go back to your own island. Jeez. Stop drinking my beer.
Yeah. But to me, I think it's going to be a good deal if it's true. Well, you know, the Canada, Mexico, United States, or USMA, however the hell it went. United States, Mexico, Canada agreement. Remember that when Trump got NAFTA kicked out and brought in United States, Canada, Mexico? Well, that was so all these countries could be together originally.
Oh, fuck.
But now I don't think Mexico is going to be part of that. It's going to be Australia. But it's not going to be under the crown anymore. The crown
Mexico ain't going to play ball, mate. Come on.
But the crown will be gone from all these places. Believe it or not, the United States has been under the crown for all these years, too. Ever since 1871, the United States has been under the crown. The same as Australia or Canada or wherever.
Yeah. Yep.
So we've been as much a part of it as anybody. We just didn't know it. But we have been.
I
know a lot of people don't believe that. Please go look it up.
Could you imagine how upset the Queen would be if she was alive today?
You know what I got to say?
She'd be fucking furious.
Well, imagine how she felt that day with Trump when he was walking in front of her. You know, I mean, that's big.
I didn't care.
Well, I know, but she didn't care for a reason.
Yeah.
She didn't care because the rug had been yanked out from under her already. That's why she didn't care. Matter of fact, she told him, no, go ahead. She was showing that he was the one in charge, not her anymore.
Oh, Tipper. Cricket burgers.
I'll be right back.
Well, make us one while you're at it.
You've been hanging out with Bill Gates. You've been hanging out with Bill Gates too long, mate. Start eating bugs and shit. Oh, mate. Somebody's on the soundboard.
Yeah, I'll stick with
because I shit my pants from those fish tacos.
Now, if that was Biden picture there, I totally believe it.
I'm empty and my wife's not here to go to the fridge for me, so I'll be right back.
Did that say Foster's?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm getting.
You know what I do sometimes?
What do you reckon? I'm going to go get
my empties.
I'm going to go get
I'll take my Heineken and I'll pour it in the empty Australian beer you sent me, and I'll just pretend that I'm drinking.
I'm going to go get Bud Light.
But
Bud Light.
oh my gosh, no, don't do that. No, not the Bud Light.
But he needs his Bud Light or Foster's Light in his case. Oh man!
But this is that. Oh, why'd you just switch? Back up there. This is that. I put it in 1.25 speed for copyright because I know Crowder. He's like all about that money.
Okay. Well, I don't know if he says the C word here or not, but if he does, they'll take you down, Steve.
Well, considering that one guy was listed as a COVID death who shot himself in the head with a
he
shotgun.
just did.
No, they were not. And then we have to say, okay, was the mask?
Did I say the C word?
No, we now know that they were not, especially in this case. One study in Bangladesh, which they point to, was based on self-reporting. So here, I want to do a segment on this because I feel like there's a lot of information. And sometimes, you're too close to the forest, so I'm not going to mess up the expression. But you lose the bird's eye view. Masks, we've gone back and forth so much, and now we're talking about whether there will be new mask mandates. Where the good news is we have a very large set of data now to work with. I know it's not a clinical trial, but again, you're not going to have the gold standard trial with a mask. What would be the placebo with a mask? Just a mask with holes in it, like it was Chris Cuomo's that he pinned up against his artboard? My point is, we have to kind of go by population studies, and we have the definitive answer. So as we face new mask mandates or potential lockdowns, and by the way, comment below, not if you'll do it, but if you think that we're at a point in this country where a majority of people won't, if you think most people will go along with it, or I tend to think we're at a point where there won't be enough people who will go along with it in the United States, which I think is a silver lining. People have learned. So how many times, though, with that being said, have you heard over the past few years, and we will go through the myths, the claims, all of it, references are available. You've heard them say that masks save lives. And in case you haven't heard it recently, because the science, or really just science, right? Not the science copyright. Science says that it's not correct. Here's a reminder of what it sounded like then.
The CDC is now recommending that people, including those vaccinated, go back to wearing masks indoors in regions of the country that are seeing substantial or high rates of COVID-19 spread.
The World Health Organization is urging fully vaccinated people to continue wearing masks as the Delta variant spreads worldwide.
Masks matter. These masks, they matter. It matters, it saves lives, it prevents the spread of the disease.
So if you have a physical covering with one layer, you put another layer on, it just makes common sense that it likely would be more effective. And that's the reason why you see people either double masking or doing a version of an N95.
Don't let COVID win. Wear a mask.
I love the science, right? Mr. Fauci there. Just immediately making a logical leap. If the science shows that one condom helps, then two would just make sense. Never mind the friction would cause them to create micro tears.
I always wear two pair of underwear.
Yeah,
so
it's better. Two is more than one.
Yeah.
And I prefer more than one, which is two.
Yeah, but if you wear five, you'll suffocate and die. Problem solved.
Well, that's why you got to wear six, because it's more than five. And if five is good, then six is better.
Where does it stop?
Obviously, if one works, then two will work better. There was no evidence at that point for him to say it. None. And you dummies went along with it. Not you watching right now, but a good portion of this country. I hope you feel stupid. I really do. I get it. Like, oh, we want to extend an olive branch, but you also sometimes have to rub their face in their piss. I really hope you feel dumb that you followed that guy, knowing what we know now.
You can rub their face in it all they want. They got 5 masks on.
Exactly.
They're gonna mask.
6 is the magic number. We're past 5.
Hey, as we go into this, just really quickly, currently, right now, Lionsgate has a mask mandate that they just put back into effect for, I believe, their Santa Monica offices. Anybody that goes into the office has to have a mask. And a university in Atlanta basically said, we're going to mask for the next 2 weeks. There's no parties. Yeah, that's going to work on a college campus. No parties or large gatherings. And everybody has to go back to wearing a mask. So we're not talking like this is, again, Alex Jones.
It's happening with private companies. But again, that's just, they're testing it.
Yeah.
They're testing it. And of course, what happens there happens with private companies. Then it would extend to federal employees if they can get away with it. And then they want to see what they can do with the population. They don't want to overreach if they think that you'll push back enough, which is why you have to be as vocal as possible and fight like hell. Okay, what's the science? What science do we have on masks now? Well, let me just rapid fire this for you, and the references are available. Okay, key factor number 1. Masks, we now know, can actually, and by can, I mean are actually poisonous. So here's a new study that came out here in the last couple of weeks. Researchers at Junbuk University, their K94, which by the way are very similar to the N95 masks, they were found to release high levels of volatile organic compounds. You've heard the term TVOC, right? So 8 times the recommended safety limit.
We think that sounds bad.
8 times is more than 7. But in this case, it's bad. So can we just round that down to 0? No, Fauci, you can't just manipulate it anymore. Wah!
But I'm also the math.
So these compounds, by the way, what kind of symptoms? Difficulty breathing, nervous system damage, organ damage, potentially cancer, just to be clear.
What?
All that being true, masks maybe should be appropriate for some folks. I need my hair done. No. So think about this, 8 times the recommended safety limit. Now, here's the deal. This is the hypocrisy that you see. Or you know what? Not the hypocrisy. Everyone's a hypocrite. The mental loop-de-loops that people on the left would make. These are people, by the way, who will buy organic fruits because they don't want to ingest pesticides. I don't know if you know this, but by the way, organic foods that you buy at the grocery store, they can use pesticides. These are people who refuse to drink from plastic bottles because of the infinitesimal chance that they might consume some xenoestrogens or through the BPA, which could somehow disrupt their endocrine system. When inhaling directly 2 inches away, 8 times the recommended safety limit of volatile organic compounds, however, it's time to trust Dr. Fauci, commonly referred to as the science, also ASAP pricky. Now,
It's science.
and by the way, we've lived it. This might actually explain. We had one employee when this happened. Remember, he was terrified. The one employee who refused to ever take off his mask.
But all that he was just saying is basically everything that my sister Robin Spielman has been saying this whole time. All those things he just.
I must have missed that one. I usually watch every one of his shows. Like, I don't remember that.
I think it was
Pelosi with the mask on. Just I lost it.
Yeah, that was
great.
good.
Organic fruits. If you know this, by the way, organic foods that you buy at the grocery store, the infinitesimal chance that they might consume some xenoestrogens or through the BPA, which could somehow disrupt their endocrine system. When inhaling directly 2 inches away, 8 times the recommended safety limit of volatile organic compounds, however, it's time to trust Dr. Fauci, commonly referred to as the science, also ASAP pricky. Now,
It's science.
and by the way, we've lived it. This might actually explain. We had one employee. One. Remember,
Anyway,
was terrified.
but
What harm is it?
the reasons
Well, if we
why.
lock everything down, look, it's just a safety measure. At this point, err on the side of safety, as though there were no consequences, as though fundamentally altering our economy was not a consequence. Hey, look, this took place in the community. 2 studies in healthcare workers compared with wearing no mask in the community. Studies only wearing a mask may make a little to no difference in how many people caught a flu-like illness or COVID-like illness. We've had many studies too. This is another key point according to Oxford epidemiologist Tom Jefferson, not the guy who.
Wait a second.
Not Thomas. I know
Tom.
it's confusing.
He's an Oxford man?
No, Tom Jefferson.
You
There's
can't
just
believe
no
the
evidence that
time.
they, meaning masks, make any difference. Full stop. Just to be clear.
Boom. Go read that article.
And here's something else, just to be clear. There was no difference between masking and not masking school districts. There was no statistical difference. The best that you can find is maybe, just to be clear, and you know what else didn't work? Social distancing like this. This is something we actually did, in case you've forgotten how stupid
My helicopter's here.
become.
That's unbelievable.
And what the left is trying to say to you, right? They'll try and say, well, all these studies are population studies. You can tell people that they should wear a mask, but you don't know if these districts are wearing masks. So example, I think there was, I'm going by rote here, there was a study in Peru where they would say, yeah, but we did see that the no masking districts either had better results or the differences were negligible, but we don't know if they were wearing masks or they weren't. Well, guess what? That also means that you don't know if the pro-mask community was wearing it or not. So all you know is when you study the population at large is at best, it is inconclusive data. But everything that we seem to know when we collect all of the data, right? When you have this preponderance of evidence, is that at best there is no difference. And we absolutely know the negative side effects that come with mask wearing, particularly with children, not to mention what they do to society as a whole. Now, the argument that they will try and make is, well, hold on a second, these are population studies, but in a lab setting, and I want you to watch this and then see if you can catch the stupid, because they think that this is a strong counter argument. In a lab in these perfect conditions, actually, a mask works. So you can't say that masks don't work in the population at large if everyone did this. Okay. So it shows there. And by the way, early on in the, I think it was Jocko was selling some like basic cotton masks where we did. We said, hey, look, the one thing that a mask may do is if you are sick, you wear it, it might help prevent you spreading. And that still is true if you wear a mask. Now, as far as you being protected by a mask. So let's watch that again. And I want you to think if this is in a lab, right? It has been put on the face, absolutely sealed. I know this is showing how it's stopping particles from being propelled, but they also want you to believe, or at least still to this day, most people believe it also prevents you from inhaling particles. So let's assume if this were in reverse, that was the case. And then I'm going to change one variable. Watch it again.
God bless you.
Finally, somebody did.
By the way, some particles still go out, and it only takes one. It's like AIDS in the cereal box. Remember that, Fauci? So it's going out. No, they're starting with a mask. Okay, let me change one thing. You're in a room where other people have COVID and particles are out there. The mask has not been on your face the entire day without ever having been touched or removed. So let's say if at any point during that day, assuming, by the way, this is still a brand new mask, right? You're not reusing one. There are particles around. Oh, hold on. Let me scratch my nose. Particles are now on the inside of your mask, and you're inhaling them along with 8 times the legally permissible limit of volatile organic compounds. Just one, pull it down. Guess what? Those particles are now on the mask.
Yeah.
Touch it. Yep. Oh, wait, now that's on the mask. Did you ever take it off? Did you ever reuse a mask? Let's be honest, Lou.
I know.
You had your mask stuffed into your glove compartment next to whatever other crap you put in there.
My pocket.
Yeah.
It looks like you ate a cheese enchilada through your mask.
Yes.
And that's always been my point that I always say I suck at explaining shit, but that's always been it. Like, dude, you're doing more damage to your body than you could even imagine.
They certainly are. Anybody wears a mask. And when he was showing the person sneezing, there with the mask on, and some of the spit coming out. You know, it does slow the spit down, but it ain't going to slow the virus itself down. I mean, that virus goes through that mask like you got nothing on. It's so tiny, the mask does no good at all. Period. It's just silly.
Well, you never got sick when you kissed me, Ronnie.
Well, that's true. That's true. Particularly when you're singing a Rubber Ducky song, I just love that. I couldn't help but kiss you then.
Well, I think he goes on to say too, which is another thing that we all used to talk about, and some of us got in trouble for bringing it up, but how all the unalived people that was caused because of the sea, and how they finally admitted that, well, they didn't really be unalive because of that. It's like, yeah, we all freaking knew that. Like the guy that got in a motorcycle accident said he died because of the sea.
Yeah.
Like, no, he died because he was in a motorcycle accident. Like,
whoa. Yeah.
Did you grab the Barefoot New Yorker's link there, Steve? I'd love to see what he's saying that guy had to say, because I haven't seen it. I mean, I don't subscribe to him, so I've heard of him, but I don't know who it is.
Well, you're about to find out, aren't you, Ronnie?
Absolutely. Can't wait.
You about to find out. No, you worry about that. Let's see.
I want to just take the moment. Oh, shit. Okay, I won't take the moment. I'll take... Yeah, never mind.
Oh, you go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say hello to everybody in chat if I've missed anybody. I just wanted to say g'day. I never said it at the start. So, everyone who's there. Yeah, great to see you all. It's been a while. Yeah, please continue, sir.
So this is emergency alert, U.S. nuclear forces on high alert. I haven't heard nothing about this.
NY Prepper. It is Sunday, September 10th, 2023, and I have another emergency alert to share with you guys. Right now, it is 4:14 p.m. Eastern Time here in the United States. I wanted to just update you on those Russian doomsday planes. So I have some updated information. We now have 3 nuclear war command and control planes up in the air over the United States. So what you're looking at here is a live tracking map of these nuclear war command and control planes. And the Russian doomsday planes turn their transponders off somewhere over central Siberia. So I'll show you guys the screenshots of that. And we also have some very concerning information about the emergency action messages. So we had a 246 character emergency action message broadcasted just about an hour or two ago.
How
And
recent
these
is this
are
video?
nuclear attack options that are broadcasted to our ballistic missile submarines. And so a 246 character message is extremely rare.
Steve, can you have a
Normally,
look?
these are
How
like
recent is
30
this?
characters.
Hey, here, hold on a second.
Well, let me say something here right quick, Steve, before you go to anything else. I've been telling about this nuclear thing. It's going to happen now for a year at least. And the thing of it is, it's going to get to the point where it looks like we're going to come right to the point of nuclear war. I mean, right at that point. But it ain't going to happen. Whatever happens to stop it, I think Trump will be brought back in, or our military itself will take over here.
I'm looking at this video, Ronnie. It looks like somebody went down the rabbit hole and they're trying to create their own fear for themselves. No one's gonna nuke. No one's gonna nuke you anytime soon.
No, that's the point. Exactly.
Why would they bomb Biden? Come on, he's a nice guy. Come on.
But
No
this
one's
is all
no
bringing
one's
us to the
gonna
brink of
bomb you.
nuclear war. That's where we're going. But the point is, no one should be worried about this. In my opinion, I mean, I've been looking at this stuff now for at least a year, probably longer. But it's going to come right down to the point where it, and there may even be some fired. But the ones that are fired, and here's the thing about all this: there are at least 34 very evil places in the world that have got to be taken out. And this may very well be the excuse they use to take those places out. You know, I don't even want to say what they are because, you know, I don't want to.
Well, my house for one.
Yeah, Rinks, of course. But I would just think of places like the place in Rome where the guy with the funny cap and everything hangs out at.
It's a watch cap. What do you want? Come on.
Exactly. That's the one.
Mate, it's fucking cold here. We're on the arse end of winter.
Well, I wouldn't talk. Believe it or not, Rink, I was talking about another funny hat. But anyway, I just want to say that this is just a build up, like it's been building up all along, to a place that we've got to go to. But there ain't going to be no nuclear war.
No.
Yeah, see, this video is those are the first one that Barefoot put, but I didn't see it.
All the oligarchs, all the ones with all the money, and they're living in these rich palaces and all this bullshit. They're starting to realize how small the world actually is. Like the world's not that big.
It's not. And well, here's the thing: the main thing
Where are
is
you
that
gonna
all
go?
their places that they had to hide underground, their bunkers and everything underground have been taken out. They have nowhere to go and hide now, like they had before. And plus,
I'm pretty sure there's an underground base in Norway.
I'm sure there's underground bases everywhere.
No, there are.
Yeah.
But I can almost guarantee that they've all been taken out or taken over by the good guys. And that's not even the reason that it won't happen. That's not even the reason it won't happen. It just.
Where's that in China? Where's that? The tanks going on the trucks.
Yeah, that's in China, I think. I watched that yesterday.
2 amphibious assault ships.
And what are they going to do?
Japan, the USS New Orleans, a San Antonio class amphibious transport dock, and also the USS America, which is an America class amphibious assault ship, also going to Japan. Both of them going to Sasebo, Japan. Okay, so things are escalating, guys. Now, I want to just read to you a little bit about this second drone that crashed.
There you go. What's happening with Japan is that Japan is still under the thumb of these evil people. And so what's going to happen is that person's going to be gotten rid of one way or the other. I don't know how they're going to do it yet, but either way, he's got to be gotten rid of. That's what all this is about. You'll notice it was Taiwan and China there for a long time. Now it's kind of switched to China and Japan.
Yeah.
Well, that's because China and Taiwan have had their business settled quite a while ago. But this is basically a movie we're watching. Is my whole point here. It's a big, very expensive movie.
You know what's fucked up? Fucking Japan lost the war. They bombed Pearl Harbor and everything. Like, fucking crazy. And there was like world sanctions on them and said, you're not allowed to start another army. Like, you're not allowed to, that's it. You tried to take on the world, you lost. And so they started building ships and starting an army. And they're like, what are you doing? And they said, no, it's not an army. It's a
Self-defense force.
It's a defense force.
Yeah.
And so they got around the loophole and just started another massive fucking army. Like, what the fuck? You fucking cheeky. So why can't we use napalm anymore? Mustard gas.
You remember when the Emperor of Japan stepped down here a year or two ago, or however long ago it's been? It might have been when Trump was publicly president. That was because he was given an option. Step down or something bad may happen to you.
Oh, is he the one who got shot?
No, I'm talking about the Emperor. No, you're talking about the
Okay.
president of Japan. I know who I can't think of his name, but
yeah, I know where you're going. Yeah.
But anyway, this whole thing with Ukraine and Russia and China, Taiwan, China, Japan, and us, it's all going to look like a big conflagration before it's over. But along about this time, that's when either our military will step in and straighten things out. Which, now here's my way of looking at it, and I think it's absolutely correct, is that Trump and the military are one and the same. Neither one has more power than the other.
Nothing wrong with that.
But they got to have Trump they'd have to have somebody in a civilian, as a civilian that, could okay things. Because military is not supposed to do things on their own. So that's where Trump comes in. But a lot of this stuff, Trump has gotten very agitated lately because he don't think it's moving quick enough.
Is it just me, Ronnie? Is it just me? Have you noticed there's a lot of Russian snitches falling out of windows?
I hadn't paid no attention to that. Who's falling out of windows?
Oh, a few people that have snitched on Putin and tried to give up information. A few people, even over in the States, and they're you might want to look into that. I could find the link. Oh, I can't be fucked doing it right now. But there's a few people. There has to be about 5, easy. Suddenly, just jumping out of hotel rooms.
Well, and there's something about Putin too. The thing about Putin is that this may very well not be the real Putin. Maybe that's what they're going to tell. I don't know. I'm not saying he's not, but I'm saying that, it's a 50-50. Is it, or is he ain't he? Kind of like this ain't the real Biden, Well, it may not be the real Putin, and not the real Fauci.
But to answer,
you said it right.
Barefoot in a cave.
Do you reckon Biden's got a body double?
What she said earlier is this something to worry about here in Alaska? I would say no. I wouldn't worry about it.
I wouldn't either.
No. Oh, if you're in Alaska, you're in a good spot. You got a room for me? Fucking hell.
It says he don't. Let's see. How you feel about that? Either way, it's cool. I don't trust what you think. Well, and that's fine, Ed. I mean, no one has to, trust you or not or whatever. That's cool. But my only question would be is, what else are you going to do? Where else are you going to turn to, and he don't give you information for the most part. He points you to the information. Q does. And then you do your own research. That's where you wind up at. But Q is telling you that he said a long time ago, all this stuff is going to happen. He laid it out. That's what's been happening. Now, if he hadn't have laid it out, I might be a little bit more worried than what I am right now, too. And on top of that, the other day, the Rothschilds were selling off all their artwork, auctioning it off. Now, why would, the Rothschilds. For real. Now, why would the Rothschilds have to be auctioning off their artwork and stuff?
That's millions of dollars.
Oh, yeah. To say the least. Yes. That's because of all these executive orders Trump put together, taking the money of people that participate in human trafficking or illegal voting, stuff like this, all those executive orders work together. So that's why they sold off their property at the Black Forest and everything like that. The Black Forest was the place where they were literally, after they got through with them, it's where they'd literally let the kids loose in the forest and go hunt them.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Oh yeah.
Were they
It
naughty
was for them. It was for them. They enjoyed the hell out of it. I mean, this through the kids. The kids didn't mean anything to them, before or afterwards.
Oh, so that's where all the ideas of the Disney movies come from.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Shit, I'm saying some things I probably shouldn't say, but sorry, Steve. This one's getting taken down, mate.
There was a movie not long ago about them hunting kids. They were showing it, to be like 22 years old, whatever. But
what's that movie with Ice-T where he gets? It was like back in 1990s with Ice-T, and they take a couple of people out into the woods and they go hunting when they're alive, but they're not kids. But I'm thinking, who comes up with these ideas?
Exactly.
It's got to be based on something.
It is.
Yeah. And that's what I always say. All you gotta do is watch a movie from 10 years ago to figure out what's gonna happen pretty soon.
That's right. And every one of them are based in real life events that have already happened and that would keep happening if somebody didn't step in there. Where Trump all the time says, they're not after me, they're after you. I'm just standing in the way. He's absolutely right.
If anything that Steve said is true, I'm going to go buy a DeLorean.
There you go. 21.1 gigawatts.
Got to get up to 85. Hey, Indy. How you going? Sorry, my wife couldn't be here. She's got a job because she sucks.
You got a job, so you seem to support your rotten butts. What it is.
Someone's got to buy the beer.
Mate.
Shit.
I'll have a look at your channel, Minnesota. You've been spamming the chat, man. Hey, I'll have a look after. I'll boost it. It's a bit hard to
Don't
forget.
worry, Minnesota.
I've been reading in the chat. Minnesota
when this show's over, I'll drop your link and suggest everyone to go check you out. So I can't.
Just so everyone knows, I plan on having a show tonight around 9:15, 9:30, and I've got a very good video. At least I think it's very good that I'm going to show. So if y'all ain't doing nothing around 9:15, 9:30 tonight, well, please drop into my place.
Just a little over 2 hours.
Yep. And I think that my
I'll
video
definitely be listening.
And if Indy could remember, she asked me a question here a while back about, the vaccine and stuff. Well, they address that too, Indy. So it's close to the end of the video. So if you want to drop in and catch that explanation, Indy, it's in there. It's what I was saying, but they give more detail and stuff and go in deeper than what I have. So anyway, I know Indy was wanting that, and I couldn't really answer the question for her back then. So I would just love for her to see that video.
Hey, ex-bootlicker, aloha.
X, what's up?
Hey,
everything.
Yeah, mate.
For everything. What'd I do? What are you thanking me for? I didn't do nothing. Wasn't me.
Thank you, Mo. Appreciate you, brother.
Right on. Yeah, I dropped a link for Ronnie's channel and I pinned it at the top too for anyone that isn't subscribed to Ronnie. He does have great live and he does play. He's the chance taker. That's why he's on his 372nd channel. They keep shutting him down.
Right.
Exactly.
Between Ronnie and Hawk's Mustard Seed, it's it's a monthly thing. Like, gotta start a new channel again.
It ain't no lie, man. You know what? I'm surprised that I haven't gotten the axe. Well, but I'm not saying nothing because I don't want to jinx myself.
Who's chasing you, mate? Who's coming after you? There has to be one person that's just really.
As far as I know, it's just YouTube themselves.
They don't like
Why?
you speaking the truth.
Yes, Andy, tonight on my channel.
Yeah, probably.
I haven't put it up yet, but I haven't put up a show yet. But I'm about to put it up when I get off here. So
See, Ronnie doesn't use the code words or try to cover it up. He's just flat out says what it is. And then
That's
usually
right.
YouTube's like, no, you can't say that word. Whoa, you can't say that word. This guy's taking it too far.
Well, you know what? That's normally what I do, but since they took me down right in the middle of my show about a week ago, I have started trying to talk around the C word, because I don't know what I said on it that they took me. I mean, they took me down right in the middle of my show, but luckily I was on Rumble too, so.
Oh, I want to say it so bad right now. I must say that about 10 times a day.
Oh, you're talking about the other C word?
Coconuts.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah. What do you think I was saying? Get your mind out of the gutter, sir. Jesus.
No, well, what sucks, be honest, is I love that word, but I know in Australia, that's just like how people here say, like, oh, don't be a dick or you asshole. It's just a word. But here, if you say,
Hey, watch
that
your language.
C
You
word,
can't.
it's like, oh my, he said the C-U, it's like, it's a word. I don't know why.
That should be a topic that you should be able to talk about, is also the use of profanities and different cultures and different countries. And that should be a topic that you should be openly allowed to speak about on a forum on YouTube. But they're like, nah, you say this one word, no, you can't say it. That's garbage. They're a bunch of corrupt.
It is like, why
Did I scare you for a second?
What was that joke by or I don't know if it was a joke, but like a saying, but basically like the word fuck. It all depends on how you use it, right?
Dakota.
So it all depends on how you use a word and how it means so many different things. So
Okay, I yell at my dogs. If my dogs go far away from me when I'm walking my dogs and they walk far away from me, being Australian, I don't yell out, hey, get over here. I go, get the fuck over here, like really loud. And they're like, he said fuck, he's angry. So my dogs know fuck. Get the fuck over here.
They know when an F word's thrown in there, you mean business.
Yeah. If I said get over here, if I said get over here, they'd be like, it's half-assed. We'll just mosey over. Maybe
and
when I'm ready.
The thing about all this to me is, this country, regardless of how they set it up for, YouTube and whoever, that our country's supposed to have free speech. That's supposed to be one of our unbreakable rights. And yet,
you said it.
That's right. And yet, we don't have free speech on here.
Nope.
I mean, it's like if you use the word, like, if you're just joking around with your friends and you're like, this silly fucker, like, oh, okay, that's one thing. But then if you're mad at someone, you're like, hey, I'm going to cut you, fucker.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's how you phrase it.
Oh,
but
you're an awesome
I still love the C word. You're just not allowed to use a C word, C-U-N word. No matter how you use it, it's a bad thing in America. I don't get it.
Yeah, it is with this platform. That's for damn sure.
Well, you got an awesome bunch of fuckers on this panel.
Very awesome.
I mean, the same with the word bitch. It's like in Detroit,
Say
You
what?
could say, like, dude, that's a bad bitch right there. That's a compliment to a female. But that's in
Depends
Detroit.
on the
'Cause when
woman.
I moved here and I said that to a female here, it caused a big argument. I'm like, no, that's a compliment. I wasn't calling you a bitch. I was saying you're a bad bitch. Like, different culture. So
I said, I'm sorry. I meant you are one fine mama. You know, go make babies, mama.
you're a
Hey,
fine
Pat.
ass bitch.
Oh, mate. I love how the whole topic just went to swearing, and but we're actually look talking about. Oh, forget it. Now because we're talking about swearing. I'm trying not to swear in between the context of actually swearing, so I'm trying to be really articulate and sound
It's got to be
intelligent.
hard to do, huh?
Oh, it's so tough for me.
You
It's so
seriously?
difficult.
It is hard because I normally try not to swear or cuss in any of the lives, but it's automatic, you know.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
catch myself with customers a lot of times, but most of the time I won't. But then if the customer just one cuss word, then it's like my brain's like, "Oh, you're good," and then I just catch myself I'm like, "Whoa, too much!" Like there is too much swearing.
You know what? There's so many times that I want to use bad language on when I'm, regardless where I'm at. But most of the time I can reel myself back in before I do it. But you bet your ass when I do use those bad words, that I am highly pissed about something, or
Ronnie.
I'd never use them.
Ronnie.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I just got scared of you saying, I bet your ass. Because you sound like a Western guy that's going to pull out a 45. You scared the shit out of me right there, mate.
I won't do that no more, Rink. I promise.
I bet your ass. I'm like, you got me.
Sorry about that, Rink. You know I wouldn't scare you on
Got a
purpose.
drawer on me.
Yeah, I done drawed and fired.
Gone, 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 the burning ring of fire.
Went down, 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 the flames went higher.
Fuck.
Burn,
You get shivers there, Steve? Fuck.
You get what?
Did you get shivers there? Like you got to get ready to fucking draw your 45? Like, fuck. Oh, shit. Sorry. F-bomb.
You know,
He's gonna
my
draw
old
me.
neighbor,
Swearing.
Jeff, man, he used to use this phrase, and I've been using it ever since. It's like part of my vocabulary now. But first time I heard him say it, I was just like, "What did you just say?" But he was like, "Oh, this fuck ass over here." I'm like, "This what?" Like, fuck ass. I've been using it ever since.
Fuck ass.
Yeah, it just flows off the tongue. It's perfect too.
I didn't even know that was a term.
He was getting in an argument with someone at one of his. He used to have parties all the time, and end of every party, something always went down.
And he called him a fuck ass.
He was going, and he's like, "What, you fuck ass?" And I'm like, "What did you say?" Those two words don't really go together, but they sounded really cool when he said it. So I've been using it ever since. You know, instead of dumbass or stupid ass or bitch ass or
my brain's working overtime.
Words you could combine with ass.
Shit. If anything I say now, it's going to offend someone if I say it.
Yeah, it is kind of more like Filipino, Hawaiian slang.
If I say anything right now, it's going to offend everybody, and it's going to get taken down. So, but I can think of a lot more dirty things than that. But yeah.
Well, hey, I don't even have to say anything dirty, and I offend people on my channel. I'm not even trying to do that. You know, offend no one, but someone still winds up getting offended a lot of times. It's the last thing I want to do.
Everyone's got a sensitive side.
Everybody's always offended about something.
Yeah. Mate, I could shoot people all day, but when I see animals getting killed, that pisses me off.
A Well, I thought you went kangaroo hunting.
Oh, that's different. They're like
How's that
fucking-
different?
No,
That's
they're
not an
over,
animal.
they're overgrown rats.
Yeah,
Still
it's
an
like
animal.
deer.
Yeah,
It's
no,
like
they're
deer.
a pest. No, they're a pest. Haven't you seen
Yeah.
all those people in New York eating rats on the side of the street?
Yeah.
Kangaroos are like deer. If you don't go deer hunting every year,
No,
the,
no, no,
the
no,
deer
no,
are gonna
no, no, no,
overpopulate.
no. They're not like deer. Deer are good. No, no, no.
Do you eat kangaroos?
Rats.
Does anybody ever eat any part of the kangaroo rink?
Sorry, what?
Does anyone there in Australia ever eat any part of the kangaroo after they kill it?
Oh yeah, and we
They do?
cut the tails off and we feed the you hang the tails up and dry the tails. Oh, excuse me. And you dry the tails out and you feed the tails to their dogs. It's like a dried piggy. So you cut the tails off and give them to the dogs. Your hunting
Well,
dogs.
and a lot of the kangaroos look like they're on steroids,
Yeah.
so they got plenty of meat on them.
Oh, I'm sure you could pull up a nice photo of a kangaroo, Steve.
But do humans ever eat any part of the kangaroo? Is what I'm asking.
Yeah. Oh, you eat them all. Yeah, the whole bloody
good,
thing.
good,
Yeah.
good.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Dry the ears out. Do you know what we've got over here in Australia as well? The male kangaroos. Do you know the male kangaroo has 3 penises?
Damn, he's a busy dude, ain't he? Does he use all 3 of them at once? I mean, shit. A horny dude now.
3 cocks, mate. Yep.
Really? Wow.
True story. Google it.
So if the first time he
All those animals are armed, Renke.
if he has a little pre-ejaculation going on the first time, he's like, don't
Hoot
worry, I
owl.
got
Look at the
backups."
emu. Hoot owl. Google the emu wars, mate. The emu wars in Western Australia. They there was too many emus, and so they tried to eradicate them, and they got like a couple of 100,000 soldiers, and the emus regrouped and worked out where the soldiers were shooting, and would attack the soldiers, and the emus actually won the war. You got to type in.
Shit.
Yeah, the emus. The emu war in Australia. If anybody wants to Google that, yeah.
Now, that's what I call crazy.
Yeah.
Damn big old chicken winning a World War.
I've eaten kangaroo. I've eaten kangaroo. I've eaten emu eggs. Yeah.
As far
Pretty
as I
much.
know, I've never ate either one.
We're the only country in the world that eats the animals off our coat of arms.
I didn't understand what you said there at first. I'd let that sink in, but I got you. Man, shame on you. Shame on Australians for eating their kangaroos and emus and things.
Yeah, emus. They're like an ostrich, but different. Yeah.
Yeah, a guy that's right down the street from me. Where I live, a few
Oh,
years
really?
back. Yeah, he had emus. A bunch of them.
Not ostriches, because there's 2 different things.
Yeah, no, these were emus.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you them. Let me make sure about this. Now, these things would make a funky sound with their throat. I can't even.
We got you now.
And then they spit at you, right?
I never did get that close. I don't know. He had them in a.
I've seen.
No, they don't
I've
spit. They're
seen
not
videos
fucking
of it.
llamas, Steve.
Oh,
They're
is that a
not
llama? Okay, I see. I got the wrong animal. Shit.
I was just thinking, how would an emu spit? But knowing them, the sound they made coming out with their throats.
They'll
is
peck
a weird
the shit out of you.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's
Oh,
what these
okay. I was thinking of the wrong.
Yeah.
Now I know it. Yeah.
Okay, one of them. Okay, if anybody wants to Google it, it's either the emu or the ostrich. I think it's the ostrich. I could be wrong. One of them sticks its head in the ground like an idiot in a
That's
hole.
the ostrich.
That's the
That's the
ostrich.
ostrich. And
Yeah.
it thinks nobody. If I can't see anybody, nobody can see me. And the whole body's like outside the hole, but it thinks if nobody can see me, I'm invisible. That's fuck. What a dumb fuck.
I guess he figures as long as he don't see it, it didn't happen.
Yeah, no, but that's what I do. The same shit at the supermarket with people. If I see people that I don't want to run into, I see some bitch. I'm like, oh, there's fucking Betty or whatever her fucking name is. I'm like, and I say to my missus, I'm like, just don't look at her. And she's like, why? I said, if you don't look at her, if you can't see her, she can't see you. It's that simple. You just keep walking.
And you don't want to take that chance of looking at her and her see you, and thereby you get a conversation started.
And then you make that eye contact. You go, oh, fucking.
No shit. It happened in 1932.
And the emus actually won.
Oh, shit.
Without a gun. Good for them. This goes to show you, that if you're outnumbered, you don't need guns. You just need to bide your time, have a good plan of attack, and you win.
Yeah, this is only 1 minute and 24 seconds, but they made a movie about it.
The ostrich wars. The emu. Whatever the fuck. No, they didn't.
Every move.
Oh, wait, why is it there?
I didn't even know about this, and I'm a fucking Aussie. What the hell?
That's what I call a gun. That's how they sound right there, except, not that.
It's an attack. Listen, I know
funky
I
sound.
here. I can save us.
Someone told me
They
we're
watch our every
illegally
move.
downloaded.
They taunt us.
Got your band. Sorry.
Faster than us. You have no idea what they're capable of.
This isn't warrior. This is genocide. You think you won't scare me? I have a home worth fighting for.
Yeah, that looks pretty accurate.
Kill them all.
Hey, Ridge Runner.
Every last emu.
Fuck off.
Well, I never get to see the. Well, there's the emus now coming in. I was going to say I never got to see them in
No, that's exactly what happened. Hey, yeah.
Looked to me like the guys was killing each other. The emus didn't have
Some
to
of
kill
the
them.
emus had guns on their backs and started strafing everybody.
The dude's eyes when he's like, you have no idea what they're capable of. They're all like bulged out of his head.
Well,
No,
all I
that
can
was
say is,
accurate.
Rink, let that be a lesson to you. Don't you go out starting the wars. Emus, they'll beat your ass.
That was shocking. Hey, Ridge Runner. Oh, fuck. Hey, I've said to my missus all the time, hey, I go, why is every zombie movie start in America? She goes, well, it's happening now. And I went, what? She goes, look at Portland, look at Seattle, San Francisco, look at LA. And I went, oh, so we're in the opening scene. I get it. It's just fucking kicking off. Yeah.
Ranks people are still paying emus reparations. Almost 100 years later.
I just got to ask Rink this.
night. You
They're
guys
trying to bring that shit in, mate.
Doors are locked, and you just see an emu around the
mate.
corner going,
And run like hell.
We vote next month. We vote next month.
For the head emu?
Oh, we vote next month on here in Australia about reparations here in Australia. If we want to go down the political road, which I'm clearly going to do right now, it's not fucking looking good. It's in favour of no, but if you vote yes, pretty much we're giving away all our land to Aboriginals. If this reparations thing comes around, So I could pretty much have Aboriginals just put up a tent in my front lawn and go, it's my land. You owe me rent. This is my land. Like it is out of control.
That's pretty
I mean,
scary.
that's extreme, but it's pretty much where they're going. Yeah.
Well, hey, it's like here in this country, you can go on vacation, whatever. For let's say you left for a month, and while you're gone, somebody moves into your house. You know, and when you come back, they say, "No, I rented this house from so and so." They make up their own fake contracts and everything.
Oh, what?
And it's hell getting these people squatters, as they're known.
Yeah,
It's hell getting these people out of your home. Some people have lost battles to the squatters. Squatters actually got their homes.
Mate, there was a couple over here about 2 years ago. There was a couple over here, and they went overseas for a little while. And two Africans, they noticed that they weren't living in their house, and so they broke into it and pretended they lived there, and they squatted for a while. I don't know how they did it, but they sold her house.
That's not surprising at all.
Oh, there
Same
you
shit
go.
goes on.
We all know what's going on. Sold someone else's house.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's the same way here. There's been a few of them that have actually gone to court against the homeowner and have actually won. You know, the squatters have won the case. So, yeah, they could turn around and settle it if they wanted to. And it's not even their house.
Yeah,
Never
not
was.
okay.
I mean, it's a freaking shame the way that this world is going right now.
It's disgusting. And you know what? Everybody's waking up. That's the thing. Everybody's waking up. And I've said it for years. Like, everybody said it for years. But you know what? Everyone's starting to listen to each other. Everyone's starting to see, going, you know what, mate, I was paying, like, a lettuce used to cost like 50 cents for a lettuce. It's pretty much water. And then we're going down, like, I understand there was floods and this and that and the other. Whoop-de-doo, all right? We had floods here in Australia. You're paying $11 for a lettuce? I saw a video the other day. Actually, it was just yesterday. I ain't no lie. Just yesterday, a guy paid $35 for a watermelon in Hawaii.
Damn.
A fucking watermelon.
Sound like y'all need to start your own gardens and things in Australia and Hawaii. Well, everybody needs to.
Apocalypse. Sorry, Ronnie. Yeah, I was reading out loud. Sorry.
No, you're good.
$11 for a lettuce, $35. So let's say I buy a lettuce and a watermelon. That's $45. And what am I getting? Basically water. I should have just bought a bottle of water for like $2 out of a plastic bottle. And it'd be more hydrated. I don't know. I don't even know.
You could buy seeds and plant a watermelon for pennies.
Hey, you're onto something there. Yeah.
Certainly could have your fill of them.
Yeah, nah, Steve's he's already looking for land where he can fucking grow some watermelon. Look at him, he's all over it. He's like, fuck yeah.
I bet he's got enough land in his backyard there to grow on. Anything he wanted to.
Everyone start Googling how long does it take for a watermelon to fully develop and grow?
I'll set up a stand right next to the dude's stand that's selling for $35 and be like, $25 watermelon.
Mate, I'm not joking. I saw it on
Watermelon
Twitter
Wars.
yesterday. I saw it on Twitter yesterday. $35 for a fucking watermelon.
That's
that must have been the champion watermelon or something. I mean, boy, that's an expensive watermelon. They ought to feed the damn army.
$1 for lettuce. And then you got milk. Fucking hell. That's another one. And they're trying to kill all the cows. Is there, if there's any vegans in chat, I just want to say something to you. Fuck off. I don't care if I offended any of you if you're a vegan.
Watch the numbers drop now.
Don't care.
Now down to 7, down to 6, down to 5.
Annual short film, 30 minutes long. I'll have to
Yeah,
check that
everybody
out.
be sure and watch Indy tomorrow night. Remembering 911.
Yep. If I'm home in time, I'm gonna be. I'll jump on the panel with her. How do I save this? I gotta save
Oh,
this short
I'm not a
film.
vegan. Get that man a steak.
You know what's funny is every time I say I'm going to go on with Indy, something happens. You know, I get sick or whatever. I bet she thinks I don't even want to hear from you no more. You lied to me too damn many times, and I wouldn't blame her. But it wasn't a lie. I've just gotten sick. I know at least the last 2 times. So Indy, I apologize for that.
That's what happened with Craig the Hunter. He invited me on his panel, and then something came up, and then I'm like, no, next week for sure. And he sent me a link, and then again something would work, and then the third time my tire blew out. Remember when my tire blew out?
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, fuck, man. Every time I'm supposed to go on Craig's panel, like something just happens. So I never had a chance to go up there.
You're gonna have to quit making plans to go on Craig's. All these bad things will quit happening, I guess.
I'm telling you, man. Every time I make plans to go on Craig's, some shit goes down, man.
Hey, Ronnie.
Yes, sir.
There's a new rule, mate.
Oh, it is? I hate new rules.
Nah, there's a new rule. There's a new rule. You're not allowed to get sick, mate.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm screwed then.
If you get sick, you're breaking the rules, mate.
I got you.
Don't break those rules. All right.
I tell you what, I hope I don't. Last time I was literally so sick I could barely get from my bedroom, which is about 15 feet away, to my kitchen. I mean, I was just bouncing off the walls. I was so damn dizzy.
I don't want to go down this road because I had a bit of a spell, and so did the missus the other week. Let's try and keep this positive. You got a soundboard there, Steve? I don't know. Do something stupid.
I was sicker than hell.
Let's not talk about illness. Yeah, there you go. That'll do. Oh, okay. I'll keep it positive.
What the hell you say?
I was so sick. So
we've got.
Oh hell no!
You talk about getting sick. You say something about getting sick.
Oh hell no!
Not me. I never had a sick day in my life.
Yeah! In your fucking face, fuckwad!
I wonder why that dog don't just go ahead and bite him instead of cussing him out.
I think all right. Here in Australia, one of my mates who lives over in the States, he told me, he goes, if you fuck up on the job, right? If you screw up on the job, they'll send you home and go home without pay, and we'll see you tomorrow. Is that true?
Yeah. If you mess up at work, they send you home
and no pay.
You don't get paid for the rest of the day, but unless you're a cop.
If that happened,
you screw up, then they say you're suspended for 7 days, but we're still going to give you a paycheck. So basically, take a vacation.
Yeah, if that happened in Australia, everybody would be fucking up at a job at about midday on a Friday afternoon and going straight to the bar. You'd be like, fuck yeah, what can we fuck up today on the Friday? And be like, sweet, I'm out of here.
But the thing is, if it
I'm gonna
happens
fuck this up.
so many times in a certain time frame, then you end up losing your job altogether for it. So,
yeah, obviously.
Kind of like 1 strike, 2 strike, 3 strike, you're out type deal.
Well, let me tell you something. Back when I was contracting building houses, I had guys come. There's one in particular. Every day he come to work, and he wasn't bad about missing work, but the problem is once he got there, he would go to the toilet to take a crap about 40 times a day, and I had other crews, so I was going around, finding what everybody needed. One day I happened to come back while he was just dropping his tool belt and about to go to the bathroom. I just wrote his check out right then and I said, just keep on going. Because I'm paying you to work, not shit.
Ronnie.
And when he did that, he was probably like, okay, and then never even went to the bathroom, right?
I would imagine so. I don't know. He went off walk.
Help me here. I think Ronnie needs an intervention, mate. I was about to go have a piss.
I've needed one of those my whole life.
Hang on. How many times did you go to the bathroom a day?
Oh man, I tell you what, I don't know how many times, but I was guessing 40.
Yeah.
All right, what are you getting at?
Do you reckon he was shitting?
No, he was just getting out of work and getting paid for it. He could have been doing that too. I mean, I don't know. If he done that 40 times a day, I mean,
he was discovering himself, mate.
Maybe he took too many blue pills the night before.
But whatever it was, and the thing, bad part about it was he was a fairly good, hand as long as he was working. But he wanted to go to the bathroom. He'd go take a crap and come back and work about 10 minutes, and then he got to go to the bathroom again. They can't nobody in the world be that horny. Nobody.
I gotta go have a wank. Oh shit! I mean, have a beer. Get a beer. Fuck. I'll be right back. Hang on.
Well, we know where you're going, Rink. We know what you're going to do too.
But here's the question: when he came after he did use the bathroom, when he came out,
I feel good.
Mm-hmm. Or he says, "Ooh, that felt good."
Oh,
I knew that it would.
now I'm ready to work for another 45 minutes.
Well, this guy, I'm telling you, I mean, I've never seen anybody have to go to the bathroom as much as he did. So and I'd been told about it, but I was hardly ever there on the job when he actually went. But my foreman was telling me about it. And so that one day I just happened to drive up and he was just dropping his tool belt, to go to the bathroom. I said, nope, that's it. Wrote his check out and told him to keep on going, take as many craps on the way home as he wanted to.
Yeah.
But he wasn't getting paid.
I worked with a guy. But he wouldn't do it like a lot throughout the day. But he would just always be like, "Oh man, I gotta use the every day." It's like, and he'd be in there for like 45 minutes to an hour. It's like, dude, what you sleeping in there?
Yeah, that's the thing. When they, it's one thing to go to take a pee or whatever. It takes you a minute or two. But and plus, on the jobs, you had to go to wherever the outhouse was. How they had an outhouse set in different places. Most of these were a block or two away, and they didn't have one on every job. And so he would have to walk to that outhouse, then he'd be in there for 30 or 40 minutes and then come back. By the time all this is done, well, he's killed a good hour or close to it. And I was just tired of paying him for sitting in the shitter.
Milking the clock.
Yeah.
Definitely milking the clock. Even if he was pleasuring himself. Still milking the clock.
Milking himself and the clock.
Not paying you, yeah. Not paying you to milk yourself or the clock.
I'll tell you what, as ugly as he was, he probably had to take care of himself like that all the time. I mean, the dude just, anyway, other than being ugly, he just had this stupid personality about him. He was pretty good, fairly good carpenter, not the best by any stretch of imagination. But he was just stupid. I don't know how else to put it. You just have to know him, to know what I'm talking about. And I'm glad I got to not know him. And his daddy was stupider than him. I mean, his daddy was claimed to be a top-notch carpenter. This guy didn't even know which end of a pencil to use. He didn't. He was just dumber than a freaking rock.
He was like, measure once, cut twice. Yeah.
Yeah. With him, it'd be measured 15 times and cut 1,000. Guy didn't know shit. But his son knew shit. That's all he knew was shit. But he knew how to shit. Or whatever he was doing while he was in that toilet. Well, Steve, buddy, I'm going to have to get off here pretty soon to go get mine set up.
Yeah, we got, in 1 hour and 45 minutes, Ronnie will be live on his channel, which his link is still pinned. So if anyone in the chat doesn't have Ronnie's channel, it's pinned.
Go sub, and then like.
Do it. And then Independent Men United tomorrow is going to have Remembering 9/11 live stream, which I'm going to try to be at if I'm home in time.
I'll try to be there too if she
I'll
wants
be
me.
listening either way. If I'm not home in time, I'll still be listening. But let's see, right there, just in case. And then I believe, where'd it go? I lost it. I believe Minnesota karaoke guy is still doing his karaoke thing. So if anyone wants to go over there for some karaoke until Ronnie comes on. There
Heck
it
said
is.
he's just singing over BNSF or Minnesota.
Singing.
He's singing, dadgummit. He's just singing.
Rubber
Singing
ducky,
with
you're the
Minnesota.
one. You make my pastime so much fun. Rubber ducky, I'm awfully fond of you.
You know what? I got to say that I love that song the way Rink does it, but the one I love more was when him and Chap were singing that love song. Now, baby, it's cold outside.
Oh, yeah. We kill that.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. Mad respect. Yeah. We own that shit. That's our song.
I heard that. And
Yeah.
when you put the female garb on that night, Rink, oh, that topped it off like the cherry on top of a float or something.
Wait, can someone post up what is that? I could watch that again. That'd be funny.
It was on Steve's. I know that.
Oh,
Yeah,
if anybody hasn't looked,
I think I have it in one of the highlight videos.
Hey, Steve, if you haven't watched it, if you get the chance, I'm sorry you and Nina missed it. There's a video, she did a live and she was like, oh my God, I'm so worried. When she done the unboxing of the stuff we got off the auction from Rescue.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, and there were some cars from Detroit and stuff like that in a magazine. And we thought of you, so you got to mention it. I was like, oh, Steve would love this. I was so hoping you were there, but
damn, I can't believe I missed that.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, bro. It doesn't matter. She couldn't accommodate everybody, probably due to the time constraints and everything as well. So don't even worry about it. But it's a funny video. Yeah, Renke 1000, not 2000.
Okay, I'm definitely gonna check it out.
Yeah, Renke 1000, her first live, and then she goes, "Oh, I could probably do one of these a week," and I went, "Yeah, bullshit." She's never done another one.
Well, why hadn't she done another one?
Well, I don't. Look, we're very busy.
You probably was pestering her. That's what it was.
Mate, I wish I could spend more time here with you guys. And I have to say thank you for having me up here tonight. There's been some intellectual, intelligent conversation. I'm not hanging around with idiots. Everybody in the chat, they've got good content. Oh, there you go. Indy's all over it.
Nice.
Thank you, Indy. There's intelligent people with intellectual content, not idiots and stupid. If I thought you were all idiots, I wouldn't even fucking waste my time. Sorry, I dropped an F-bomb. I wouldn't even waste my time being here.
Well, you know what? I got to insert a little bit here because
Ronnie.
Being totally honest, I have got a diploma in idiocy.
Yeah, and you failed it, didn't you? No, you didn't get it. You failed it.
I'm an idiot, so I had to fail it. You know.
You paid for it.
You can't get more ironic than that.
Oh,
Aaron Reese. Well, you always got to use my real name. Renke 2005. But yes, Caleb. All right. So we got Renke 1000 and we'll just call me Caleb now.
Just call him Caleb Emu. That's his name, Caleb Emu.
Anybody want? Oh my god! All right, so I heard you were going to wind it up, or you want me to keep telling funny, stupid Australian stories?
No, we actually did it again. We only go 2 hours, and last week we went 2.5 hours, and now we're at 2.5 hours again.
So how long are we going?
Negative 34 minutes.
Yeah, we're giving all this free content, Sue, and you know, I don't know if people appreciate what they're getting here. But this is magnificent content, you know.
That's how you know it's a damn. Wait, hold on. That's how you know it's a damn good show.
There you go.
Because we're only a half hour past our time limit. You know, it's good if we go over the 2 hours.
Darn right. Excellent show.
Mate, I'll
Fantastic.
keep you smashing on. I reckon I've got another 6 beers in the fridge.
You better go to the store. You'll be out in no time.
Yeah, I'll think of some dumb story I can think of. Does anybody want to hear about the dog biting the police officer that jumped my fence?
The police officer that jumped your fence?
Yeah, there was a home invasion up the street a few weeks ago. Oh, it's more like a year ago. And they were driving up and down the street looking for houses that had security cameras. And they noticed our house had security cameras. And not a very smart police officer. He could have had a car for sale sitting out the front with my phone number on written all on the side, plus a doorbell down by the gate. He could have rang that or rang the phone number. But he was like, no, I'll jump the fence and walk to the front door. So he's jumped the fence, and my dogs have barreled him up in the corner. 2 Australian cattle dogs, big red one. He's a monster. Oh, you've seen him, Steve.
I've seen your dogs, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you've seen him smile, would you? Yeah, he's...
Cops seen him now too, huh?
Yeah, you've seen him. Yeah, he's a
I've
fucking...
seen.
Mate, oh, mate.
Well, so what happened? Come on,
So,
raise the suspense
the
like
police
this.
officer got his leg ripped open, and he got barreled up. Emu man, there you go. So the police officer got barreled up. He got... I'm here for it. The police officer got barreled up by the dogs. They put him into a corner, and one of my dogs was ripping at his legs. The other one was trying to go through his throat. They were just trying to bring him down, eh? And I was like, quick, get inside. I was like trying to get the dogs off him, and that finally got him inside. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, mate? You could have just rang me off the car for sale outside, or rang the doorbell down by the gate, you know, fucking 50 meters.
Wait a minute. Wait, you're so fancy you got a doorbell down at the gate?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Man,
It's
alive.
different in
Yeah,
Australia.
and cameras on the house. Nah, because we own motorbikes and shit. You got to protect your shit, and it's cheaper on your insurance. I don't want to get into it all. So, so they barreled up the cop. Anyway, long story short, right? So I got the cop inside. I kicked the dogs out. I kicked them outside. They were going mental because they had the taste of blood. The cop comes in and he's like, his legs ripped open. I'm like, mate, you're all right. The first thing we attended him, and he goes, no, it's my fault. And I go, mate, the first thing I said, I go, you're never going to make detective, are you? And he's like, what? I said, my phone number's written on the fucking car outside for sale. You could have rang that, or you could have rang the fucking doorbell. I would have come down and opened the fucking gate for you and locked the dogs up.
What kind of gate was it?
Oh, we've got a big sliding gate. It's...
Oh, I thought you said it was a fucking gate. That's
yeah, that one. Yeah, the big, that one.
Man,
yeah.
they got those big sliding gates here, but only on like $3 million homes.
Yeah, rip the cop's leg open, and then he had a little bit of glitter on his face, the police officer, when he come in. So I helped him bandage his leg. I said, you'll never make detective, will you? I said, you're shocking. You could have just... And I said, have you been out night clubbing all night, have you? And he goes, what? I said, you got glitter on your face, mate. And he goes, oh, no, I went to my daughter's 5th birthday party. And I said, good excuse, stick with it. I said, bullshit.
Well, you don't think he was at one of those gay clubs, do you? Or...
Nah, but the good thing is, it had a good outcome. They did get off our security cameras, off our property. the people that done the home invasion over up the street there, they got them. They got the Rego.
Well, you're lucky he didn't go ahead and take you and claim it was you after your dog's getting on him like that. So this is the guy right here. This is him.
Well, so yeah, well that's okay. There's people. Okay, that's another good topic you could talk about. Different types of dogs. What kind of everyone in the chat? What kind of dogs you got? Like my dogs are specifically guard dogs. They're not.
Shit,
They're not the kind of
Pablo
dogs.
would tear your ass up.
Oh,
your
I
ankle.
reckon your dog would kick the shit out of my dog, Steve. He's
Your dog would choke on
man.
him.
Yeah, my red cat will have no chance against him, mate.
None. No chance at all. Well, guys,
Yeah, it was
I
the
got
cop's
to get
fault.
the hell out of
Aaron
here.
Reese. Yeah, he admitted it. He goes, yeah, the cop even, he goes, nah, it's my fault. It's my fault. Don't worry. He even said to me he was trying to get into dog squad. So hopefully he made it.
Basically, he was trespassing.
Yeah, exactly. Trespass. Yeah.
Hey, Cola.
Hey, Cola.
Cola, how you doing tonight,
shit,
girl?
Steve. Memory block.
Let me get this in one more time before I go, Steve, about the. Well, I got more than one video on showing that, of course, but I got one that I think everybody that'll pay attention to it will learn a little bit from. And so it'll be about 9:15, 9:30. I'm not sure exactly time yet, but I'm about to go set it up now. And so it might be even be 9:20, just to be off the mark a little bit.
So about 2 hours.
Yeah. So, well, no, it'd be yeah, about that. Hour and a half, whatever the hell it is. Yeah, about an hour and 15 minutes, depending on what time I do wind up setting it for. But anyway, I'm gonna get out of here and grab me a bite to eat before I do that, and before I set it up, I may set it up first and grab.
What are you eating, Ronnie?
Chicken fried steak. I already got it set. It's sitting there. I just got to eat. It's a chicken fried steak.
Or steak.
Yeah. Well, it's fried, like chicken, like you fried chicken.
Yeah.
But then you put gravy over it, with mashed potatoes. I love it. It's delicious.
Yeah.
At least I think it is. So that and corn and beans.
Oh, right.
Yeah. But yeah, we do gotta end this show. We were almost 45 minutes past our end time. But next week we'll be on Ronnie's channel and my channel. We'll be on Ronnie's channel, and then I'm gonna stream share to my channel. So
yep.
Same
and I would have
show.
shared it tonight, but I couldn't because the way it's set up here.
StreamYard. Once this is over, I'm gonna write them an email and figure out why the hell it's like that. But
I know I was definitely going to stream it on mine, but when you can't, you can't. And can't
Right.
never could do nothing. So
Oh, if you guys go, I'm gonna have to go watch porn. Damn.
shit, what a shame.
Well, I've got a few hours before the wife gets home. I might be able to slip a quick one.
so basically, you're saying you got to go use the bathroom on the clock.
Yep.
We got to watch porn first. Rick, don't enjoy yourself too much in there. I mean,
I'll be thinking of you, Ronnie.
Oh God, no.
Oh no, fuck no. Oh, you've wrecked the whole experience.
Rink,
Ruined
think
it.
of me, Rink.
I just destroyed it.
When you're doing the dirty thing, Rink.
All right.
I'm
So
so
any
sorry. So sorry for the ladies out there. Sorry, Steve. Sorry.
any final thoughts, Frank, before we end it?
I just want to say everyone who's in chat, everyone who's been here, thanks for joining. It's always a good time. Sorry it's been a while. Thanks for having me up. Like I said before, very intelligent conversation. some very good points on many different topics, from the Hawaii fires to, we crossing the board. Always great listening. Thanks for having me, and I'll look forward to doing it again.
Awesome.
So,
definitely. And thank you for coming on, man. Good seeing you again.
Absolutely.
Always good to see
gentlemen,
you.
everyone in chat, thank you very much for having me.
See you
Thank
later,
you,
buddy.
brother. Much love, much aloha, and tell Mrs. Rank we said hi too.
Indeed.
Absolutely.
I will. I
And
will.
drink
For
that
sure.
Foster's.
Fuck you, Ronnie.
Oh man.
What about
Love
you,
Rank.
Ronnie? Any final thoughts?
No, just everybody be. I would just say everybody be patient with what's going on right now in the world, and it's working itself out slowly but surely. But we're getting there. And if you haven't got anything better to do at about 9:15, 9:30 tonight, well, come on over and watch my show. Other than that, that's about it. And Mr. Steve Harloha and I will be back next week on my channel, but Steve will be streaming it to his too. So everybody, you can watch it on either one.
Yep. Next week, same show, 2 channels.
And on top of that, Steve and I are thinking very seriously about doing another show during the week, say along Wednesday night or something like that sometime.
Yep.
Around 9:15, 9:30. So maybe we can get together and work something out this week or next week, Steve.
Yeah. Absolutely. Definitely.
If we can get, I mean, I'm never busy, so whenever, it's always up to you whenever you can do it. So if you want to do it, say Wednesday night, if you can, well, if you're not busy, well, let me know. And something
Yeah,
before
for
I
sure.
put something up of my own, though. So
For me, it's just work, and then all I have to do is learn, self-discipline myself to wake up earlier and go to work earlier. Then I can get home earlier.
that's hard to do.
It is.
Self-discipline. It is for me anyway.
It is. You get so used to it, but I'm my own boss. I go another hour.
That's right. Snooze another hour, whatever. Anyway, I love you, Brother Steve, and I love doing shows with you.
Oh, you too, brother. I'm looking forward to keep these going for a while, because I think they're great. And like you said, everything we say, we don't know if it's 100% true or what. It's just our opinion, and the more people that hear it, then they can think for themselves and go off of that.
That's right. That's exactly right. Because we all, it's like assholes. Everybody's got an opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And so, all I say is wipe your own butt.
Yep. Question everything.
Boy, for damn sure. And that, Steve, I got to tell you, man, that couldn't be more true. I don't care who it is you listen to, whether it be. I mean, question me for darn sure,
Yep, exactly. Yeah.
Don't take anything I say for stone cold fact. Go check it out for yourselves.
Right. Just because you hear it from mainstream doesn't mean it's true. And then don't think that us saying it makes it conspiracy. Just think about it and go, okay, well, if they're saying this, why are they saying that? Question both.
That's right.
And then do your own research and come up with your own conclusion.
And I guarantee you, most times you're not gonna land with the mainstream media. I guarantee you, most 95% of the time. I'd be surprised if you ever agree with the mainstream media. But if you do, that's good.
Yeah. And my thing is, don't believe it just because you want to believe it. You know what I mean?
Not.
Just because you want it to be true doesn't make it true. So.
That's right, Cola. And all anybody can do, except for mainstream, of course, is report and talk about the things that you have found. Whether it may prove the next morning that what you're saying was wrong, but it don't mean you were lying about it. It just means something else was it's kind of like what they call it, the fog of war. You know, I think that's be the best way to describe it.
Yep.
But anyway, I'm going to get the hell on out of here, and love you, Steve, and I hope you can drop in the chat for a while now, brother, if you ain't got nothing else to do.
Oh, absolutely. Like I said, even if I can't make it in chat, I'm always listening when you're live. So.
Okay. Well, we'll see you there, and definitely see you next Sunday, and maybe even this Wednesday night.
Yep, maybe we'll definitely keep in touch and figure something out next Sunday for sure.
All righty, well, brother, I'll talk to you later. Then you have a great upcoming week, Steve, and a blessed one.
You too, brother, and I love you, Ronnie.
I love you, Steve, and thanks to everybody in the chat for hanging out with us. I hope to get to see all you guys, or at least most of you, over on my channel later on, about 9:15, 9:30.
The link for his channel is pinned, so make sure you go and hit the notification.
Absolutely.
For sure.
All right, well, love you, brother. I'm out of here.
All right, love you, brother Ronnie.
Good night.
And everyone in chat, I love you guys. And Wobbly Boost, good to see you. It's been a while. And until next time, next Sunday for sure, me and Ronnie, or possibly Wednesday too. But until next time, have a beautiful morning, beautiful day, beautiful afternoon, a beautiful evening, a beautiful night, whatever it may be, wherever you are. Much love, much aloha, and most importantly, God bless.
Every time we pull up, all you're gonna see is American flags.